I'm stuck between two intros, so I'm going to do them both. This week, we see Giuliani's solution to the homeless problem in New York as we discuss the 1981 werewolf police procedural, Wolfen. And then this is where the music would play. And the other one, Candice, this is more for you. This week...
Our god is an Indian that turns into a wolf.
Man, it's Wolfen, man.
Well,
yes!
The Wolfen will come for you with his razor.
I actually was going to message you and be like, could you add that in here?
What the fuck is that?
It's Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Tim, and here's the intro.
Oh.
Hello and welcome to the Bloody Bits Horror Show. I am your host, Eddie, the Axe Jefferson, and joining me as always, the morgue rib delivery driver, Tim Yobo. How are you doing today, good sir?
I'm doing very good. I'm happy and excited to be talking about this movie, unlike last week's movie. This is a much better werewolf in a different city, right?
There's a connection to last week's movie, Tim, but we'll get to that because, Tim, we are joined, as always, by co-host, the person who's been missing the entire second act. It's Candice.
I'm glad that I got promoted to co-host again.
Yeah.
Before it was special guest. Like, what the fuck? Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
At
least it's a friend.
Yeah.
Like, you know what?
Nice to be friends, Candice.
I like changing it up with you. But Candice, Tim, we are not alone on our journey. No, in fact, we are joined once more by long-time friends of the show, Steve and Izzy from the Everything I Learned from Movies podcast. How are you today?
Pretty good, guys. How about you?
Woo!
Damn,
Take
slapping
it
that ass
up.
early. Yeah.
All right, so we're here recording on a rainy, drizzly Saturday afternoon.
Not rainy here.
Yeah, that's where I am. It's nice and sunny.
I know.
Well, it used to be sunny 2 hours ago, but it was.
Snowing here.
Oh.
We're everywhere.
We are everywhere, aren't we? We're coast to coast with the Wolfen.
Oh, wait, does this make this podcast part of the Weather Underground?
Oh, shit,
With
we're
what
in
we
all
just
four
did?
time zones, aren't we?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. All across
There's a fourth
America.
time zone? It's us.
Yeah, right. I mean, the four, real time zones in America.
Yeah, right. The only ones that count. We're hands across America right now with this podcast. But before we discuss the Wolfen, folks, let's get back to everybody's favorite segment. Candice, what have you been consuming?
I have been consuming bodies, bodies, bodies!
Ew.
I knew it.
It was fucking fantastic. I'm not going to say, Eddie, you should give it another chance, because I know you won't. So fuck you. You're missing out on something brilliant.
I watched it.
It's a great movie.
Now you know how we feel, Candice.
No, I get what you're saying with your point that you made about it. I think it was either on Twitter or on the Discord about it just being like distill millennials and every bad habit of them into human beings and then kill them.
Yeah.
And then I will admit the ending was good. I
gotta admit the parts where it's like you're not supposed to like them, obviously. But when the chick's like, I have a podcast, I was like, yeah, same.
Wow.
And then
Oh, goodness.
and then when she goes, he was a Libra moon, he couldn't be a killer, I was like, oh. And then I realized, Eddie, we're part of the problem.
I know.
We are perpetually online. We say this shit. We say gaslighting. We say triggered. We say I'm an ally. We say all this shit. We are these people, and that's why you didn't like it.
Tim says things are sus. He starts talking about no cap.
I'm not really an ally, though.
Yeah,
Everybody for themselves, right? Fuck it.
exactly.
Nobody's coming to my defense on Twitter.
I'm more of a spectator, you might say.
But like a Philly spectator, I'm going to throw batteries at Santa.
Yeah.
Like, look, if a girl wants to sleep with another girl, I'll watch, but...
Yeah, exactly. Look, I'll throw dollar bills at him. I'm not going to stop him.
Right.
You know,
If they're paying towards medical school, that's great. If other stuff, whatever.
Very progressive, Steve. So, Tim, what about you, my friend? What have you been consuming?
I watched this movie, so there's that, right? Does that count?
Yeah,
and then
sure.
I kind of fell down a YouTube rabbit hole about reaction videos of people listening to music for the first time.
You and your reaction videos.
I can't help it. It's just, there's something that just gives me pleasure when somebody who's like 20, 25 years old discovers something like, oh, wait a second, that song from 1973 is really fucking great.
You know, that's one of the things I like
from 2004.
Yeah, right?
That's one of the things I like to do when I'm like, there's no new movies coming out that I'm really excited for or that I thought or think look particularly good. I go back and I watch like old classics that I'd never seen before because I'm like, if you still hear about them now, they're probably really fucking good.
Like Faster Pussycat Kill Kill. I feel you, Candice.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Tim, a whole new
like Wolfen.
rabbit hole for you to go down. Check out the ones of old people with dementia listening to music.
Oh, that sounds depressing.
No, it's amazing. They light up.
Oh, no, I call it, that's sus. I'm sorry.
It's so heartwarming. Oh, no. No, it's really heartwarming. It makes you, like, believe in people.
I think we need to make reaction videos of Tim watching reaction videos.
Well, then why not just give those motherfuckers? Yeah, why not just give those motherfuckers Walkmans with 24-hour batteries on them? All right.
Some facilities do. That's like part of their therapy.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Good idea then. Sorry. Somebody thought about it
Good
before
idea.
me.
Wish I had it 20 years ago.
That's how you're going to end up, buddy. You're going to be walking around with
Listening to
headphones.
Pink Floyd.
That's okay. I got no problem with that. Especially if it's brand new to me every time. Holy shit, I can't wait.
That's true.
Yeah. It's pretty good. So what about you, Steve and Izzy? I'll kick it over to you guys, and you can take your turns and answer. What have you guys been consuming since we last spoke?
Well,
we finished Supernatural.
Yeah, we finished Supernatural.
We've seen every single episode of Supernatural, you guys.
I stopped at like season 5. Yeah.
Everybody should.
Yeah.
That's my consensus.
Candice tapped out of a show like that. That's gotta be bad.
I mean, it's no Breaking Bad, that's for sure.
I'm pretty sure the last episode, Sam may have kidnapped a child and raised it as his own.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah. Spoilers, no. But now we moved on to the.
That sounds like No Cap Sam, huh?
Right.
We got to the same. Oh, go.
I was gonna say we moved on to the far superior Murder, She Wrote. Perhaps you heard of it.
Might have seen a few episodes.
Yep.
Yeah. Steve is in a much better mood in the morning.
After watching Murder, She Wrote?
Oh yeah,
that's like a lift me up.
Oh, well, see,
we gotta watch this. The Clue Cooliger one, you know.
So first off, he enjoys spotting the old stars, and then secondly, I'm pretty sure Steve's watching it from the vantage point of, so Jessica Fletcher's killed everybody in this show.
Absolutely.
How is she going to frame somebody else?
Yeah. So some of the solutions at the end, I'm like, bullshit, Jessica, bullshit.
She got that white lady clout.
That's fantastic.
Just because you have a Maine accent, get the fuck out of here. I've seen Bedknobs and Broomsticks. I know what you're up to. It's the only Angela Lansbury reference I have.
Is that After Dark? Angela Lansbury?
What? No, that's a kid's movie. It's a
She's not
Disney
doing
movie.
what you think with the Bedknobs.
I mean, it sounds hot.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, Angela Lansbury After Dark.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. Candice. Well, I know what I'm not consuming.
I was like, and of course, over on the podcast, we're, as Candice may know, we're in the middle of Jean-Claude Van January.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we actually just watched Black Eagle for the first time. Holy shit, we got to talk about that one soon.
Oh no, that's the one of those movies before they knew how to use Jean-Claude in a movie.
Oh yeah,
when they were just kind of like, he's a bad guy.
He's a Russian KGB agent for like 10
wasted
minutes in the movie. Yeah, but Sho Kosugi,
have his hair slicked back too much.
He wears the football pants.
Yeah, he wears the football pants on a boat for some reason. I was really confused about that. But awesome. Going into February, we're doing Love on Film Month, which is Izzy's favorite. No, we're doing porn movies.
Oh God.
And
whoa. Okay.
Yeah, taking a turn.
Are you doing softcore, hardcore? What are we talking about here?
You know what? Most of them are softcore, but I mean, you know,
something might slip in at one point on accident.
There is a Joan Holmes one, good old hot and saucy pizza girls.
Yeah.
And,
Hot, ew, that kind of sounds gross. Hot and saucy pizza girls.
It's exactly what you expect from a.
No, it's not, because there's a rapist chicken.
Oh, you don't expect that in your golden era porn?
Okay. Well.
Not from hot and saucy pizza girls.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I mean, maybe with the Colonel. I don't know about a pizza girl.
Is it one of those, like, pajama chickens?
What?
Is that the rapist?
You'll have to find out in February, or everything I learned from movies.
What the fuck is a pajama chicken?
Look it up, Tim.
Tim, you don't want to know.
A whole new level of
looking
porn.
up on Urban Dictionary.
Pajama chicken. Well, I'm on a list now. Instead of what I've been consuming, I'll talk about what I've been doing, and that is updating the blood bank. So the blood bank's been down for a few days, but it's right back up where it kind of was. We don't have everything downloaded back to it just yet, but we are working on it. And I've done an interesting thing with the logic of it. Basically, we are starting back at 1970 and marching forward through time, adding everything horror related that I can find. So we've just entered the 80s. And we've got triple the capacity that we once had. It's been moved over to a much faster, more reliable server. Check it out. Patreon.com.
What about all the movies before 1970, though?
We'll add those
like
before I just stepped on our own fucking promo for our Patreon.
Tim, you're very good at that. No, I'll add those eventually. I'm just going in chunks right now.
Okay.
That was the first one I found. So.
But aren't you adding something else? Aren't you adding something else that you're going to talk about?
Yeah, I'm going to add are you talking about the feature?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm working on that. That's a little tricky, but as you know, we have a free Discord that everybody's invited to use. I post links on Twitter on occasion. I'll throw another one up this week. I'm going to be setting up a bot so that our Patreons can go into the Discord, tell the bot, hey, add this movie. Have sex with it. Yep.
Finally.
I got kicked out of that Megan in the theaters a few times. I had the complete wrong idea about that movie. No, you can go request movies to be added to the bank from the bot, and the bot will just automatically go add them. So that's coming in the future.
That might be dangerous.
That's why it's Patreons only, Tim.
Okay. Well,
and saucy.
I know some of our Patreons.
That's very true. I do know some of our Patreons.
Did you hear Steve's joke? It was great.
Yeah, I did. No John Holmes movies in the blood bank.
Debbie does Dallas 2. Debbie Harder.
There's already some kind of, Tim, you're going to like this. There's some kind of sus titles that have already been added. I might have to go through here with a fine-tooth comb and take a look.
Oh, yeah, I know. But, oh, my God, the lactation movies are going to be popping up on the blood bank.
God, Charles is just going to get carpal tunnel.
He has to pay triple. Triple.
Charles, you got to pay triple.
Last week, my husband was scrolling through the blood bank. He never opens it, and he was just scrolling through, and he's like, what's attacked by the Daleks? And he clicks on it. It's a porno. That's all you need to know. It's a porno with Daleks.
Like
which,
Doctor
if you know
Who,
what Daleks, yes, Doctor Who Daleks, yes.
Oh, yeah, Daleks are my favorite kind of R2-D2s in Star Trek.
That fuck, apparently.
Yeah.
Everything fucks in porn, Candice.
Well, you don't really look at Daleks, and they're like... I'm trying to think of a way to add exterminate. Ejaculate!
Candice, you don't.
Candice looked at it and said, I don't want that in my butt. But somebody else said, yes, I want that in my butt.
And I respect their decision.
So this week we're talking about 1981's Wolfen. So we're in the middle of Janu-were-y. Awesome pun. Thank you very much. I'm going to go, I'll go with you, Tim. What is your history first with Wolfen?
I saw this multiple times in the movie theaters when it first came out with my grandmother and my aunt.
Oh,
so I think they had a thing for Edward J. Olmos.
A young Eddie Olmos.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The joke was he's almost naked, but he gets fully naked in this movie. So
he does, yeah.
You see it all.
Plus there's some dead dong, too.
Yeah,
lots of that.
Yeah, lots of dong.
That dong, da dong, dong, dong.
Dead dong.
Yeah, no, for real. I saw this movie probably at least 4 or 5 times.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So what about you, Candice?
This was one of those movies that I bought from Hollywood Video when they were going out of business. because in the early 2000s, this was not an easy movie to find. And I'd always wanted to watch it because I always heard great things about it. Finally got my hands on a DVD of it, and it stood up. Like, I'm like, this is so different. I mean, it was like put down as a classic werewolf movie. And after I watched it, I was like, you could argue that it's not a werewolf movie.
That was going to be my argument. Why are we talking about it this month?
But I think
it isn't, yeah.
For the most part, it is classified as a werewolf movie, technically.
Yeah.
Close enough. And
because how else are you going to promote this movie in 1981?
Yeah. It's
crime
different.
thriller. Supernatural crime thriller.
Police procedural.
With wolves. With the Wolfen that will cut you
it's
with a
Native
razor.
Americans thrown in for good measure.
Yeah.
Native Americans in italics.
Yeah, well.
And this
Actually, I know one of the people that's all the way at the end of it when he sits down, when he goes into the bar at the end, and there's Edward James Olmos and the two other older dudes. The guy who doesn't say anything, I used to know him really well when I worked down in the village. He was also kind of like / homeless guy.
Is he a real Native American or?
Yes, he was, and sad to say, he was a raging alcoholic.
Oh, that's sad.
And he would go from like movie parts, like straighten up, and then like 2 days later, be like sleeping on the street.
Damn.
Well, that sucks, Tim.
Cool guy, though.
So, what about you, Steve and Izzy? What is your history with Wolfen?
So back when we were first dating, probably like 10 years ago or whatever, we got on a fix where we were watching a bunch of werewolf movies.
Because Izzy loves werewolf
and
movies.
It makes sense we would have watched this because, like, American Werewolf in London and Howling, and we watched a couple newer ones, like Late Phases and stuff.
That's
like
a good
that.
movie. That's an underrated movie.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I'm sure this was part of it. Although, like, watching it, I was like, I thought I could remember nothing about it. Like, I remember, obviously, like, the transformation, like in the Howling, and it was so much about American Werewolf in London because we've seen it a couple times since then. But this one was just, like, it wasn't streaming anywhere really, or like,
Yeah, it's hard to find.
And then I was like reading the thing, like, wait, Albert Finney, police procedural? Did we watch this? So it was almost like watching it brand new, even though we might have watched it drunkenly a decade ago.
And I think I saw this as a kid. I don't know if way back in the day, AMC during the whole month of October would do 31 Days of Horror, and they would do all these classic horror movies, just like, and so it'd be like a whole week of like werewolf movies and like a week of vampire movies and that. And so I'm pretty sure I watched this during that. But again, like, hadn't really remembered it. Like, I remembered a few things, like the earrings.
Oh my god, the earrings.
Yeah, but watching it now as a fully formed adult who's seen a lot more movies, it is spectacular. Spoiler.
It's AMC used to have movies like this on there. Now it's like every Halloween sequel you could imagine is on the 31 Days of Halloween. But it used to be like The Fury and Carrie. Like 80s and 70s movies used to be on there. It was great.
That's another time I saw multiple times in the movie theater with my Aunt Irene.
Carrie or The Fury?
The Fury.
Damn.
Wow. That's crazy. So, yeah, this is one of them I'm kind of with you on, Izzy. I remember seeing this as a kid on my dad's hacked cable box or whatever the hell he had going on illegal. When we had all the like HBO, Showtime, Cinemax, that crap, it was on one of them. I know that for a fact, just because I can remember like the specifically the scene with Eddie up on the bridge when he unhooked the dude's tether.
Best parts of the movie.
Oh my god,
best parts of the movie.
So
right?
terrifying.
For real.
Good, yeah. But then, like you, Candice, I had a hard time getting a copy of it too in the early 2000s. I don't know what was going on with it, like if there was like a rights issue or something, but because you just could not find it.
I think I looked on Wikipedia a little bit. I think it was like supposed to be produced by one movie theater, then it went over budget, and another movie theater picked up the rights.
Oh, okay, so it's probably a rights issue.
It could have been going back and forth with like, well, we actually had first dibs on it. Now that it became famous and popular, we want the money. And they're like, no, shit like that, because it is weird that this movie wasn't more available.
Yeah,
yeah.
It also
that might be why it's really under the radar. A lot of people have not seen this movie, which is one of the reasons I wanted to put it on the show, is so more people would go watch it.
Totally.
Maybe Edward James is using all his power that he built up in Hollywood, so he doesn't want people seeing his dong. He's like, destroy every copy of that movie.
He ain't no Willem Dafoe.
If only there was some sort of server where for a monthly fee we could go check out this and thousands of other horror movies somewhere.
Yeah, well, as always,
exists.
I have to make this. I want to make a collection on the Blood Bank where it's just every movie we've ever covered.
Yeah.
Yes.
Except
easier to find.
Except for Seed.
You just don't add that to the Blood Bank. Please don't.
Yeah, put Theodore Rex in there instead.
There we go. Something we've just never covered and just act like we did. Oh, that's the lost tape. We'll never.
No, just put it there, and then when somebody clicks on it, goes, all right, you've now been banned from Discord and Plex. Get out of here.
Get out of here. We're done with you. Man. So, made in 1981, based on the novel by Whitley Strieber.
That was Strieber.
You know what? I heard it pronounced. I re-listened to that.
I think it's Strieber.
I listened
on Art Bell. It's Strieber.
Yeah. I re-listened to when Art Bell was talking to him on that Knowledge Wars or Knowledge Fight podcast.
I thought you said Knowledge Whores.
Knowledge Whores. Yeah, that's one of my favorite porns. It's Jeopardy with cum shots. It's really cool.
That's your reward.
Here's the Daily Double, and two dudes run out.
Do you still use the "I'm a Little Teapot" for the the thinking music?
Yeah, that's the speed round. No, so came out in 1981. Like I said, and written by this dude. This dude, talk about a fun guy. Also wrote The Hunger.
Like I knew him from just being a horror writer. I didn't know until probably like 15 years ago the absolutely crazy fucknut story of his life.
Yeah, this is all before that happened, right?
Oh, okay. Because I knew him. I was like, oh, that's the guy who wrote Hunger, The Hunger, and the guy who wrote Wolfen, and all these other horror classics. Like, he was up there with Stephen King. Yeah.
Communion. That's the one.
Hey! God damn it!
Oh, scared the crap out of me.
Right.
Scared the
fuck,
crap out of us.
I don't have a dog, but I thought I was getting bit.
I think it was the
cat
Wolfen.
was sniffing the dog, and the dog was not into it. The cat doesn't know dog language, so he...
I think your dog got possessed by the spirit of the Wolfen.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Leave her alone.
So,
He's going to sniff you again, and you don't like it.
He's some interesting character in the world of UFO people. Yeah. He's got the best way I could describe it is kind of like they were talking about on Knowledge Fight. He kind of went with the logic of, well, listen, either one of these cryptid type things are real, or none of them are real, or all of them are real. So most likely all of them are real. And let's forget about finding evidence to support that. Let's just kind of come up with mythology that explains it.
That's fun. That's where it gets fun.
Yeah.
You don't need evidence. Evidence is overrated. Hey, I learned in Bodies, that feelings are facts.
Yeah, it's true. So he's an interesting cat. Came up with the anal probe. That's him. That's that all started with him.
Thank you.
And,
does he get a VIG every time they use it?
Yeah, he gets a taste. Tim, he gets a taste of the anal probe.
Nobody wants a taste of the anal probes.
Hey, I'm going to wet my beak on that anal probe over there. But it's so funny because I asked Ashers about him, and she's like, she hasn't done a deep dive on him just yet, not like the aliens. But she says it's so funny because he's kind of taken pretty seriously in that world, but nobody has the heart to ask him, like, what the fuck is up with the anal probe shit? So she's like, if I ever meet him, that's the first thing I'm asking him. Like, why he thinks they did that. So, yeah, that's the pedigree of the writer on here. Directed by Michael Wadley. He was the cinematographer for the Woodstock movie, Tim. That's one for you.
Okay. I wasn't there to see that movie when it came out, though.
Okay. Well, Chef Robbie probably would get that reference.
Chef How old do you think Chef Robbie is?
I'm teasing, Candice. He's going to know a lot of these people, though, because the cast is... there's some heavy hitters in it.
Full.
Yeah. So we have starring Albert Finney as Dewey Wilson, who you might remember from Murder on the Orient Express. Tim from Annie, not Annie Oakley.
Yeah.
He was Scrooge. And most recently, he was in Skyfall. So there you go with that.
Yeah, it was fun seeing him with hair.
Yeah.
Because everything I've seen him with, he's like a bald old man. So I was like, man.
Good old Danny Warbucks.
Well, the first time I saw it,
Before all the alcohol took all his hair off.
well, first time I saw it, I thought he was going to be the werewolf with that mane, dude. He was holding on to as much hair as he possibly could there.
Oh, with that body? Come on.
Yeah, that's true.
He can't be a werewolf.
It's more like a Y-wolf. So then you have Diana Verona playing Rebecca, who was in FX, Heat, and Romeo plus Juliet, the 96 Baz Luhrmann movie.
Holy fuck, that's a chick from Heat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought I recognized those eyes.
This was like her first thing, right?
Yeah. She did a short before this, and then this was it, man. Like, talk about kicking off your career.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. It was driving me crazy because I was like, I know her face. And she almost has the same style hair, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why
She definitely had a look.
Am I right?
Oh, yeah, she's got, like I said, she's got those Goodfella eyes.
Hey, Tim, I wonder how many female actors I could blank their face out, and by hair alone, you could identify them.
Probably a lot.
That'd be a fun game. Then we've got, as we mentioned before, Edward James Olmos playing Eddie Holt.
Young Admiral Adama.
You
I
fucking
will
nerd.
always think of him as Admiral Adama in
Not
my
Blade
heart.
Runner?
No,
No.
Admiral Adama.
You fucking nerd.
How do I reach these keys?
So yeah, Blade Runner, Miami Vice, of course, and Battlestar Galactica. See how cool that
Yeah, you just blew Charlie's mind up, Candice, by saying Battlestar Galactica instead of Miami Vice.
No,
I've
of
never
course.
seen one episode of Miami Vice, so I'm sorry.
She's lying. She's lying, for real. There's no way.
If I have, I don't remember it. Maybe when I lived in Miami, probably watched it on TV, but I don't remember it.
She
Wait, are
didn't
you
need
guys
to
talking
watch
about the Jamie Foxx movie? Or...
it. Yeah. She didn't need to watch it, Tim. She lived it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we should make her watch the movie with Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell.
Yeah, I remember my mom had a photo of her with Don Johnson, and I was like, who's that?
She backhanded you.
It's the singer of Heartbeat. Come on.
Gregory Hines is Whittington. Fantastic as Whittington, by the way.
Yeah. One of his first movie roles, too.
Yeah, well,
right? Because I think after this, he started getting really popular.
Yeah, so he had just done History of the World before this. Then he was in Running Scared, of course, with Billy Crystal. And Renaissance Man with DeVito. So,
oh, speaking...
And then White Knight, Baryshnikov, right?
Speaking of History of the World, so last night we showed my son Blazing Saddles for the first time. He loved it, but we watched it because he watches this movie called Paws of Fury, which is like an animated, cartoony version of Blazing Saddles with animals. And so we were like, okay, well, let's watch the original. And so he watched it, and now he doesn't like Paws of Fury because it's such a ripoff, is what he said.
Oh, boy. He's going to be disappointed very often because a lot of the shit's out today. It's just a ripoff of something that was out 20 years ago.
Yeah. He's going to live a life of disappointment, not just because of his family.
Yeah, not just because of his mother.
Oh, Candice, you're fine. Don't worry about it. You'll be okay.
No, it's just Missouri.
The Missouri, the women not being able to cover or uncover their arms.
Hey, they're women Republicans. They're gender traitors. They deserve what happens to them.
Whoa!
Really? What is up with that? For real?
What's funny about
Missouri's
that?
not for the right to bear arms.
No, my wife made a great point. She's like, the Republicans don't want to wear masks, but they want to cover women's arms. What the fuck is going on?
Because arms are sexy, duh. You can't have an erection in the middle of an election.
An erection election.
Erection elections.
We'll have an erection election.
When AOC is sitting down at the desk, I can't see her legs anyway, right? But I can still see her arms.
They might be,
and that's distracting.
Those hot
right?
arm flaps. Mm.
Yep.
They might be voting R, but they're getting D. Don't worry about that. And we got Tom Noonan as Ferguson.
Yeah.
Tom Noonan.
Yeah, hell
ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen.
Always good in whatever he's in.
Fantastic.
Love
Of
him.
course.
RoboCop 2, baby.
RoboCop 2, House of the Devil, which I
Monster
fucking
Squad.
love. Monster Squad, and
Last
the best
Action Hero.
Schwarzenegger movie, Last Action Hero.
I can get behind that. That's definitely top 5 at least.
I'm
It's
okay
up
with
there.
that.
It's a fun one. And then we have the next section here, which is the Chef Robbie will know. We have Dick O'Neill as Warren. You might know from Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. More importantly, though, the jerk. He was the guy who taught Naven how to scam people at the circus.
See, your favorite
movie. I love the jerk. Such a great one. Then we've, of course, got welcome to the show for the first time, Reginald Vell Johnson as a morgue attendant.
Oh, my God. I was like, again, it was another one. I know this guy. And like, holy fuck, it's him.
Yeah. Go home, Steve. Fucking love him. And there is a bloody buddy in this movie. It's a deep cut, though. So Baldy. Remember Baldy? James Tolkien. He was the guy wearing the dark glasses following the little person around in Werewolf of Washington.
No.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he was also, of course, in what do you call it? The
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Yeah, he was the principal.
Masters
of the Universe.
As a werewolf or something close to a werewolf in those movies?
Yeah. You remember? You remember the werewolf?
I mean, that's a pretty odd fucking thing to have for like. I was in Werewolf of Washington as the guy who stood behind the little person in the lab. And now I'm in this other fucking wolf movie.
Yeah, I'm the mortician.
Well, he's also the person that turned Michael J. Fox into a teen wolf. That's got to be it.
Right?
Oh.
Because Back to the Future.
There you go, trifecta.
Yeah, well, they changed the timeline, and then the movie became Back to the Future. It was no longer Teen Wolf. So...
You're not going to mention one of the main stars?
What do you mean one of the main stars?
Gregory Hines.
I did.
Yeah.
Did you?
Where were you?
Yeah.
I must have been completely
you
blanked
finished
out.
your first drink. Yeah,
you remember?
Completely lost it.
You remember when we were talking about history of the world?
Oh, shit. I'm an idiot.
Yeah. And White Knights with Baryshnikov.
I was just so lost in thought. I'm sorry. Clearly I wasn't listening. But so when I watched this, I thought that was Richard Pryor for like the longest time.
Oh, God.
Holy shit.
Because I knew both of them, but only vaguely. Like I didn't have like a solid image in my head of either of them.
What do you mean vaguely?
I mean, I'd heard of them, and I knew they had mustaches. And so, like,
Jesus Christ.
I saw the mustache, and I was like, wow, this is a weird role for Richard Pryor.
So, hold on. You could see a movie with Richard Pryor in it and not know that that's Richard Pryor,
exactly. I would not have known that was Richard Pryor.
To be fair,
here's the thing. She was
it's
watching...
stir crazy. Who's that guy with Gene Wilder?
She was watching Blazing Saddles last night. I was like, oh, I didn't know Eddie Murphy was in this.
Oh, God. Tim, to be fair, Candice is a bit younger than us. She has no prior knowledge of his work.
No prior knowledge, exactly.
There you go with that pun. But I mean, yeah, come on. It's like, do you know what George Carlin looks like?
God.
I mean, now I do, but when I was watching this, I didn't know what either of them looked like. I just had a vague image in my head of with the mustache being most prominent. So I was looking at the cast and I was like, oh shit, that's Gregory Hines. So I Googled it, and I'm not the only person who gets them confused. Or who got them confused.
That's not a point in your favor.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not a good thing that you went on Google and like 3 letters in, it already went, is Richard Pryor...
Well, they put the images next to each other. Apparently this is something that a lot of people do. It's the fucking mustache, man. They have the exact same mustache. And I can't see past
it's like Lawrence Fishburne and was it Forrest Whitaker that say they always get confused for one another?
No, it was oh my gosh, motherfucking planes on
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
They're the ones who say they get confused.
Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly like David Boreanaz and Craig Sheffer, who I've never seen in the same room at the same time. Just
okay, or Tom Hardy and Logan Marshall Green. Look them up. You cannot tell the difference between them.
Yeah. I don't know. Tom Hardy's eyes, though.
Or Katy Perry and Zooey Deschanel look exactly the same.
You can tell them apart. Mm-hmm. It's usually about
the chest,
a foot below the lips. Yeah, there you go.
Guys, look up white guy face blindness, and you'll see what we're talking about. It's a thing.
So, Candice, you're going to go back down to friend of the show now.
I'm sorry.
Now you have to watch Superman 3 for research.
No, you know what you need to watch? You need to watch The Toy.
I don't think I've ever seen a movie with Richard Pryor in it. Ever. I've never seen a stand-up, nothing.
See, again, Sir Charles's head is blowing up.
I know. Now. Well, you know what? I wasn't around in the 70s. Yeah. Fucking blow me.
Oh, wow.
Like when Candice is all like, you know, sometimes when there's nothing new that I want to watch, I like watching the classics. They hold up.
Just horror movies. What fucking horror movie is Richard Pryor in?
Well, according to you, Wolfen. Anyhow,
one day your son's gonna look at you and go, "I'm not watching some movie from before I was even born. That's some stupid shit."
I mean, this movie's not even in 3D with a rumble seat feature. How the hell am I gonna watch it? All right, so we open up on a couple of natives pigeon kissing and practicing lasso on a bridge.
Yeah.
Not sure with the pigeon kissing. That seems dirty and like a problem.
It's like any other pet. You know, it's just a horrible, horrible idea to kiss your pets. Right, babe?
No,
I love to kiss my pet. She's tender kisses.
No, listen
but this way they get to show that the Native Americans are so in touch with nature, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of Native American fetishism in this.
Yeah.
And wolf fetishism.
Oh God, the guy at the zoo when he's talking about wolves, he's fucking awesome. Anyhow, then we get a lot of like shots of urban decay. Then buildings.
We're checking out the set from Escape from the Bronx.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to the Bronx. Yeah.
I have it in my notes. You can see why Italians directors came and was like, "This is the perfect setting for my post-apocalyptic movie."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It does look like a bomb went off.
It does not look great. And a bomb does go off because we see a building demolition take place. And they kind of fold the lasso effect that the native dude is doing into the sound of a helicopter flying overhead, which we'll learn later that the helicopters are some weird secret security force employed by this wealthy family.
Yeah.
Why is this whole thing in this movie?
I think it's to show the juxtaposition of the people who are more in touch with like nature and the ones who are so hyped up on technology that they've lost touch with reality, kind of. It's like you can have all the technology in the world, but you can never conquer nature.
See, I had watching this whole movie, like whenever it'd go to this secret security team bunker or whatever, I'm like, okay, where were they when what's about to happen happened? Yeah. And then it's like, wait, were they tracking the werewolves? Like, but anyway,
that'd be a great like separate movie. There's people just, I mean, that's my theory about Giuliani using the werewolves to take care of the homeless problem, right?
Clean up New York.
That might have been the name of a unit.
Yeah.
The werewolf unit.
That'd be great. I'd watch that movie.
It's like the zombie squad from Cobra, except, it's the werewolf squad.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, then you get the zombie squad.
I could see him ripping it off.
Taking on the werewolf squad. Man, that's a movie.
Shit, I'm in.
Fuck. So, yeah, then we cut to the point of view from an abandoned church in what I like to call Wolfovision.
Oh, yeah, this was something I wanted to point out that friend of the show, Seth Sherwood,
yes,
when I tweeted that we were going to be watching Wolfen, he put, such an underrated film. The urban decay of the Bronx is apocalyptic, and the night vision stuff is the first time that was used in horror, and it's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, Predator, baby.
Yeah, like, I think it's great because it shows how good the night vision is for these wolves. Like, it's clearly like kind of like a day for night filter, kind of reversed. And so everybody, their faces are perfectly clear, but it's got this distortion around it, so it's from the wolf's point of view. I think it's really well done. A good way to show that.
And it kind of looks like the camera later on that they're going to show in the crime lab.
Right? I have so many thoughts about that fucking camera in the crime lab. Their entire crime lab, I have a lot of problems with. Anyhow, so we cut to the rich dude who's in charge of it all. This is Christopher Vanderveer. And he's in a limo just with some saucy broad doing coke.
It's his wife.
It's his wife, Pauline.
It's his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they don't.
I was surprised with that too.
Isn't it? They're still in love. Right? That's really nice.
He doesn't
right?
say, "Hey, wife." At first, I just see some saucy broad doing some coke.
Some bot saucy broad.
Yeah. But then I like she does coke and then like lays down like she's going to take a nap. Is that really the move for coke?
Yeah, and not only that, but when she gets out of the limousine, I'm like, she's not acting like she's just all coked up with how slow she's going into that fucking chandelier, whatever the
wind
fuck
chimes
that thing
and shit.
is.
You guys, maybe she didn't snort coke. Maybe she just like snorted like a
Benadryl.
That's true. We just assumed it was coke.
It's true.
Could have been heroin.
Yeah, could have been heroin. That's a good point.
I was more worried about the fact that dog was dangerously close to that cocaine.
Oh, God.
Right? So first off, I love the bourgeoisie.
Same thing, Candice. I saw the same thing. I was like, yo, keep your fucking cocaine locked up. That dog's got a big ass snout on.
Jesus.
Oh, I love bourgeoisie snoots. They're so long.
So you think we're going to get like a wild beast scenario where it's just drugged up dogs coked out of their gourd, just fucking eating
by the way, Eddie, Wild Beast, make sure it's on the blood.
Yeah, I gotta
to compare it to Cocaine Bear.
That's right.
Oh, I can't wait for Cocaine Bear. That looks fantastic.
Yeah, how is Cocaine Bear the first one of these movies? I know it's supposed to be based on a true story. But come on, how did you not have in the 70s that a pack of dogs or pack of rats got into like somebody's fucking like a big coke
Have you
stash
not seen any of the animal exploitation movies of the 70s?
Yeah, but it wasn't on cocaine.
Specifically.
I mean, the people directing and producing.
There was cocaine everywhere for Grizzly, Day of the Animals, Wild Beasts, dogs. Night of the
I want to see those grizzlies
sake.
and those sons of bitches on fucking coke.
Giant bunnies.
Yeah, usually it's
fucking
weird.
Yeah,
usually it's some weird government super soldier serum they're injecting into apes or something.
Yeah, coke.
Yeah, it's just cocaine.
Yeah, no, I know. Tim's right, though. They need to say coke. They need to go score the coke and then give it to the animal.
That's a lot of money going up an animal's nose.
It'd be fucking funny.
You guys, it's a government research facility. They don't have to say coke because they made it.
This is Formula X, otherwise known as cocaine.
Now I'm curious. Yeah, now I'm curious about how certain animals would react if they were on
Can you
coke.
imagine a hummingbird on coke? I think he could go through time.
Their metabolisms are so fast they'll starve to death if they don't eat fast enough.
It's true. Also, they eat spiders, and then they use the spider's web to build their nests.
That's right.
Hell yeah, it's a power move.
Right?
We're just making lampshades out of people. I mean, hummingbirds would be falling on that.
Right?
They're making whole fucking houses, man. That's impressive. So they drive over this bridge, and then I just have bottle kids from Trailer Park Boys pop out and smash a couple on them. Then they get home. Well, not home, because they go over to the windmill museum. I guess.
I don't understand this.
Was this taking Battery Park, Tim?
Yeah. I think this is supposed to be Battery Park because it looks like it's downtown. It looks like it's like more like it's not the industrial area. It's not like really docks too much, but it looks like the Wall Street buildings. But I'm still like, yo, nobody's getting out of their fucking limousine at that time of the night. Go wandering around in
it's completely empty
in the 80s.
Or if they just snorted heroin.
Well, they're not
making good choices.
They explain it in the movie. This is the first windmill that was built by the Dutch that settled it, and that was his family. That's where they got married too.
Yeah, but this is his wife. They got
married there. That's why he stopped there, because they were feeling winsome, and they were like, "Oh, let's go where we got married." And then we'll.
Why it's there in Battery Park, though?
Did you read
no,
the book?
it's in the movie.
You know why it's there in Battery Park, though? Because you see in the movie, but like the first big building there by Battery Park is the Museum of the Native Americans. I forget the official name, but yeah, it's like the Native American Museum.
Yeah, that's it around Wall Street. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
they used the windmills to charge the batteries in Battery Park.
Oh, God.
Fact.
I remember that from Gangs in New York. Anyway.
So he gives her a pearl necklace, and then they go look at the windmill with the dog. They play grab ass. We get some more Wolf point of view, and this scene kind of drags, but it's fun.
There's parts of this movie that does drag. Yeah. They get too long to get to the point. I'll admit that.
But guys, then it all turns when a laser beam turns the moon red for some reason.
Yeah, the moon shivers between the stars.
How does that happen? Wait, wasn't he? I think it was like Elon Musk was talking about projecting ads on the moon. It'd be like for like some tampon company.
Musk isn't as smart as we all think he is.
No, I'd like to see him get werewolfed. Just some werewolf rip his fucking head off. No. I want him to get Wolfened, like he's going to go build he goes to build a Tesla factory, and then the Wolfens just rip his head off.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. So, yeah, they get werewolfed, and a couple of cool things happen. Number one, I love the limo driver's hand with the gun in it.
Yes, I have that exact note where you see the fingers relaxing off of the trigger.
Yeah, that was fantastic. So
the special effects are really good.
Exceptional, yeah. And you know what? I will say, in Death, he did have good trigger discipline.
Yeah.
Yep, gun never went off.
I mean, at that point, just start spraying. You're already praying, right?
He's fucked. No, he wasn't praying, remember? Because we find out about his religion here in a minute.
Fucking do a magic man.
And also what I have written down is that's what you get for getting such a fucking fancy-ass dog. That dog didn't even fucking bark and warn them. He was just out.
Yeah.
Well, probably so inbred he couldn't see what was going on. He's just like, well, shadows, shapes.
It's a sight hound, babe. He saw everything and he knew better. Guys, they're all canine brethren.
Oh shit! Who do you think narked on him and set him up?
I was gonna say.
He's like, I can lure the rich people
right.
here if you can kill them, and then I can be free.
Oh, I can get them to the Battery Park. You just wait in that window.
Just give the puppy dog eyes, start sniffing his crotch.
This dog set up a hit.
It's exactly. You know
and
what?
Then they took out Bruce Wayne's parents.
He's like,
yes, that's what I had written down too. Oh shit, we just saw Marvin get fucking
It was the
whacked
pearl
again.
necklace being thrown all over the place. I was like, God damn Batman origin stories.
So that makes the dog Batman.
Oh, no.
Ace the Bat Hound.
No, I think you're right. I think the dog set the whole thing up, man. He's like, I'm going to come out there, I'm going to bark Sig Semper Tyrannis, and then you guys kill him.
That's why everybody was so pissed, because like their last will and testament gave everything to Fluffy.
Oh my God, it's brilliant.
Oh, then you see Fluffy like stand up and start walking. It's actually a human in a fur coat.
If you need me, I'll be on Fifth Avenue.
Fluffy Soze walks upright very slowly. The unusual suspects. Speaking of unusual, we cut to our hero, Dewey. And man, he is looking fucking rough.
Okay, this is the era of like unheroic heroes.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
Tim, correct me if I'm wrong, but because I was born in '81, this was the era where like Dustin Hoffman and Elliot Gould were considered sex symbols.
Yeah. And, I think it'd be hard pressed, except for maybe like Bronson, to see somebody like a lead actor who was kind of like buff. Otherwise, it was all like
I like
this.
that Bronson.
Donald Sutherland, motherfuckers. Donald Sutherland was a big popular guy, right?
The time pre-Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
I mean, come on, Steve Mitchell was
Telly
the hero.
Savalas.
That's true.
This was like right before Halloween 3, so I guess it tracks because he's got a very like Dr. Sexy Tom Atkins vibe going on here.
Yeah.
But I also read that there's no way
He pulls an Atkins later.
he'd be having a heart attack, right?
Well, with an actress who looks like.
Yeah, very Halloween 3 in this one.
Yeah. You know what? Oh, God, there are some parallels. That's true.
I have in my notes, I enjoy movies with grizzled, burned out cops encountering things way beyond their kin.
Yes, that is a good note.
Yeah. Yeah. It hits the Lovecraftian kind of horror vibe, too, of the burnt
Where it's like you think you've seen it all, and then you're really fucked.
Yeah. So he's not looking too great. Stops off and gets some food. He goes and he makes a phone call. He's got to check in with the office and see if they have anything for him. And they're like, yeah, we got something for you. There's this crazy looking fucking crime scene. They took a dude's brain out. You should come check it out.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, all right, cool. And this dude, if Tom Atkins is drinking through all of Halloween 3, this guy is eating through every fucking scene.
Including the most important scene.
Of course. Yeah, the cock and
We'll
ball.
get there.
So he goes in there. He's talking to the old Sarge about what's going on. He's like, all right, I'm going to get a look at the crime scene. The guy's like, look, man, I don't know what the hell happened here. We didn't find any sort of a murder weapon. The driver has a fucking pentagram with a goat on it for a ring. So he's like, I guess he's a voodoo
Satanist.
guy. No voodoo, Candice. They say voodoo for that
Voodoo
guy.
I
magic
say
man.
Satanist. That's
Yeah.
Baphomet.
That is a Satanist ring. Absolutely. So Dewey looks
so
around.
So he believes in women's right to their own body. And...
Disgusting.
Fair access to a boy. Yeah, well, that makes sense. With the politics of the 80s, man, they're going to hate this guy. So,
Right?
so then we, he finally bumps into the real hero of it, Whittington. And they're talking about the murder scene. He's like, listen, that one got the brain scooped out. This one, he fucking found his hand over there. And it's a darn shame about the dead broad, though. It's like, well, wait, I mean, it's just kind of a shame about all of them, right?
No, but she's hot. I think that's what they're
Damn
referring,
shame
right?
she's good looking.
I mean, look at that ass, though.
Yeah. I mean, if she was ugly, I wouldn't really care if she lived or died.
I bet she gives great head, too.
I
Candice.
mean,
I
say, well, don't you have to be like married to a bazillionaire or something?
Yeah, apparently
Fair.
this family is, like, insane.
I don't know. I'm not married to a bazillionaire, so. Yeah, they're supposed to be like Rockefeller, something like that in New York, like super royalty.
Totally.
And they have, like, their fingers and, governments being toppled and third world
I can't
countries
think of
being
any,
razed to the ground.
I can't think of any New York real estate developers in the 80s that might be a parallel, but maybe the Wolf had a good idea.
Yeah, you know what? Now I'm on the Wolfen side.
Yeah, go for it.
So then he gets into this conversation about the broad that's minus a head, and he's like, yeah, chickens, when they get their heads cut off, they run around for a while.
Pajama chickens.
What's that?
Pajama chickens.
Pajama chickens. Candice, go ahead and explain to the audience, because now we have to. You brought it up twice. What's a pajama chicken?
It's just the chickens that have, like, feathers on their legs and they got crazy mop tops. They're just crazy looking chickens.
Is that their zoological name, or...
No, their name is called. They're called the crested
No,
Polish.
what? That can't be it. That can't be that. Come on.
They're called
What
the
is it
crested
for real?
Polish.
Yeah, see, a crested Pollock. Come on.
Oh, okay.
No, that's the name of the breed. My friend used to have them and show them. Fun fact: I used to show chickens.
Used to show chickens.
Purebred show chickens.
Showing
chickens?
cocks out in public.
You go to the butcher shop and show the
you
chicken?
take your live chickens down to the fair and you show them off, and the judge picks the best one.
Oh,
I honestly did not know that was their name. I've only known them as pajama chickens because they look like they're wearing pajamas.
If you want to see a really cool chicken too, look up a silky chicken.
I thought it was some weird sex thing.
Of course you did.
I mean, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, it's where you stick your cock like through the hole in your pajamas.
Pajama chicken? What is that like?
So Candice
put it
is
in the
Candice is so far mistaken pajama chickens, that's Polish, as well as Gregory Hines and Richard Pryor. Now, I feel like somebody told you they were called pajama chickens one day, like some guy
I just never questioned it.
some guy like Three Tooth Willie.
Like, she's so smart, but she doesn't know what they're called. Let me fuck her up.
Is that a raccoon? No, that's a trash panda.
Trash panda.
There you go.
He talks about during the French Revolution, people's like heads would still be alive for a minute or so after decapitation, and just kind of blink and try to talk.
Mm-hmm.
So we cut to the morgue, and I do have to say I do love the touch of the hero eating at the morgue rather than
Oh,
the
yes. Hell yeah.
Hats off to you, buddy.
Yeah, because it's a fun play on the coroner eating.
Yeah.
This is how grizzled.
Let's just say, I think all the
burned out
coroners
you know
were
he
also
is.
eating.
Well,
They were
everybody
talking
was
about
eating.
food.
They had a
Well, 'cause
buffet.
this is the like, see, this shit doesn't bother me scene. My thing is that you have like an open dead body, and many of these bodies have probably been dead for a few days.
So it's unsanitary.
Obviously, digestive systems are full of bacteria and are leaking at this point.
Yeah, they are.
Like, even if this doesn't bother you, this is just not sanitary.
I get
Okay,
what
Gordon
you're saying.
Ramsay.
I see what you're saying. Free dipping sauce.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Mm.
A little bit of bile on her eye.
Oh, man. So then at the morgue, this is where we find out that apparently if you're ever stabbed by a knife, no matter how sharp it is, remnants of metal will be in you.
I had questions about that because I've seen a number of forensic files, and I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I'm looking it up on my crime lab computer. Steve, you're right. That's not the case.
Well, at one point, doesn't he say, could it be made out of plastic? And I'm like, plastic would probably leave more than fucking metal,
or
right?
ceramic. I was actually using a ceramic knife earlier, and I was like, I wonder if this would leave residue on vegetables.
Oh my God! People that were comatose, Candice. They deserve to live.
Hold still, chop, chop, chop.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll live for a long time. They'll just be missing something.
No, off the cuff.
You don't need that arm, do you?
Yeah. Now say the line. It's merely a flesh wound.
I'm opening their mouth to say it.
You know what nobody ever floats the hypothesis of, though, is that it's an ice knife.
Right?
That it just melted.
Guys, ice weapons, that's the future.
Yeah.
There were people with that theory. What idiots.
What about the ice bullets theory?
Ice bullet.
That's what killed JFK. That was the extra, the other bullet.
What movie was it though that had ice bullets and that was like the big new thing?
Oh, all right. I'm Googling it.
It was like in the 90s.
It was the thing.
I remember the sunlight bullets in Blade and Underworld.
Yeah.
No, they don't have it in Blade. They have it in Underworld. Yeah, ultraviolet bullets.
Yeah, that's the ultraviolet bullets. Yeah.
That was pretty stupid too.
Garlic bullets, ultraviolet bullets.
You can put light in the capsule and it only goes a certain way.
They said it was some sort of phosphorus bullshit, but yeah, it's like, okay, cool. Well, then any kind of explosion does a little bit of that, right?
Yeah.
The movie is Most Wanted.
Yes, with Keenan Ivory Wayans and John Voight.
Oh my God, I gotta go watch that. I haven't seen that one.
I think we saw it was streaming on Tubi, so we might be
fantastic. I gotta check that out. What was the one with the
Candice? Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah, it's got Richard Pryor in it.
Yeah.
Gregory Hines is in it? Hell yeah.
I love the one where they could curve the bullets by swinging their arm.
That's just Wanted, yeah.
It was so fucking stupid.
I would love it. No, I would love it if we could have gotten Candice to watch a Richard Pryor movie and told her that's Gregory Hines.
Well, now I know better, but in the early 2000s, I did not.
You know what I could do is I could take some of the movies in the blood bank and then put them in a video editor and change the credits just to fucking
That's cruel, but I love it.
Oh man, James Dean's in this one too.
Man, I didn't realize James Dean was in like 300 movies.
James Dean was in Cube? Who was he?
He looks like John Holmes.
And then I'd be like, oh, that's him. Yeah, that's definitely him. They just got makeup on him.
Holy shit. Pee Wee Herman's got a giant cock. Look at that.
If you had any idea how many times I've done shit like that where I'm like, oh, I heard this guy was in this movie. That's definitely him. It's not fucking him.
That's good. You know what? It makes life fun. It's always, you're always surprised.
Exactly.
You know? It's very good. Oh, man. So now we go back to the station to speculate on the motive of the killing. Now,
did you guys read the thing in the back of the like chalkboard or whatever? Where it's like, all right, all the psychos, possible suspects, and it's like the full fucking thing is filled with names. And I'm like, wow, this guy pissed off everybody.
Man.
I don't know any other 80s New York real estate developer that might be in that same situation, even back then, 40 years ago. But I don't know.
Well, I have in my notes, how many of these terrorist groups does Tim recognize? Because they start popping off names like crazy.
Weather Underground was a real
thought
name,
that was an app on your phone.
Well, Velvet Underground?
Weather Underground.
Why do you need to know what the Weather Underground is?
Yeah. Isn't Weather Underground an app on your phone? Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was like Wonder Weather or whatever became Weather Underground.
I didn't realize that used to be a terrorist group.
Okay.
Weather Starship. Sure.
No, there was like it was WUNDER for like weather or something, and then I think they became Weather Underground.
So they pop off about 15 different terrorist organizations that
I
had
had
a
no
problem.
idea there were so many.
Oh, man. Then they're like, well, it could be that, or you know what? It could also just be gang related. And then the other guy's like, well, we
Same
never,
level.
don't rule out that this is a voodoo related crime.
Or suicide. That's always an easy one for paperwork.
Suicide. Especially the decapitation. That's a
Right.
hallmark.
I'm sorry,
suicide.
murder-suicide,
Okay.
Maybe it was the voodoo driver that did it. Case closed.
Case closed. We got him.
Yeah, that's right. I can't believe in 1981 the cops didn't pin it on the
That's a
driver.
very good point, Tim.
And then he cut his own hand off and slit
They
his
just
own
always-
throat.
Blaming Germans.
Yeah. They're like, oh, it's clearly the Germans. I mean, come on.
Gortmondering or whatever the fuck their name is.
I don't know.
Well, we're going to find out later on. I mean, we can skip around a little bit, but that guy from that fucking German terrorist group is like, was he there to spill his guts?
Yeah, they brought him in for questioning and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he just flipped like,
He's like,
yeah,
no,
I did.
no,
what you
we're-
going to do about it? I'm going to be a martyr. Wait, that was an Irish guy.
Yeah, I was
What
going to
I
say
do?
that
I'm
the
Archer.
Irishman, the German
Wrong
terrorist group kidnapped somebody from the IRA and forced him to confess.
That's right. My name is
Ooh,
Jürgen
power
von
move.
Glockenfield.
Yeah.
I did it all, and I'll
We're
do
not-
it again.
We're nihilists.
Yeah.
We believe in nothing.
So we go off to the crime lab, and the first thing I have here is basically the crime lab, at least on the outside, is LinkedIn meets Ancestry.com because they find the niece of the murder victims. And they're like, oh, well, hey, she's with this terrorist organization. That's her job. So
That's supposed to be Patty Hearst.
so let's call her in. So they call her in to be interrogated.
And then they interrogate him with Ghostbuster equipment, which
Oh,
is
this is cutting edge stuff.
Yeah, again.
The Vince Clortho fucking. That would. Oh my god! Imagine if they put one of the Wolfen in there, and you just saw a dog's head in the thermal scan. Oh, fantastic! They're
Oh, he's got some
"Oh,
coloring
great."
on his cheeks. He's lying. Woof.
Yeah, right.
The way that they're doing it with this group of people, you would think that it's going to pay off that something with them and the Wolfen are together, right? Because the way that the cameras are being set up and everything like
Yeah,
that,
because they're tracking
it's
the
like almost
wolves.
like the same vision that they're seeing.
That's, why they were, that's who they were tracking down to Battery Park. It wasn't the Vanderveers. They just got in the fucking way, and then it's like, oh shit, we got a cover for him. I mean, that's where I thought this movie was going.
Okay, so yeah, the cops were working with the Wolfen to take out Vanderveer, and they were just trying to like rally up whatever terrorist organizations they could to try to pin it on him.
Yeah, son of a bitch doubled my rent to pay for his goddamn tower and Escape from the Bronx, and
It was Akita.
Akita. Shut up, Tim.
I don't know what a Japanese dog breed has to do with this, but okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Eddie got
Sheena
the joke,
Ibu.
I think.
So
It was the Sharpays. I saw them.
this is when they teamed Dewey up with Rebecca. They're like, hey, you probably need a partner in this one because he was a raging alcoholic who destroyed his life and his marriage and his career. So let's just throw her in there.
Yeah,
And she's
and
supposed
she
to be.
is the niece, right?
She's
No.
what?
No, she's not.
Isn't she the niece that they found they were going to bring in?
No, I got confused about that
Yeah.
too, but no, because they show them right next to each other. They're like, bring the niece in,
Yeah.
and we want her.
Yeah.
So, like, it was very confusing, and it wasn't until a little bit later that I was like, oh, she's not the niece. They were just like, she's
they're
the
two
top of
different-
the
Okay.
line psychologist, so that's who they want.
This is the movie that confused Candice the most with
Yeah.
who the
It
fuck
really-
is who.
Okay, come
No,
on.
it's white
I'm telling
girl
you, I
face
am
black.
not good at this.
I bet you, though, she can tell us the difference between all 4 or 5
That's
Wolfen.
true.
Because they're snuggly puppies.
Oh, this one has a scar on his nose. This one only
Hey,
has like 3 claws.
Did you know that human beings, other than other human beings, the species they can recognize emotions in, like the highest amount is dogs? Humans and dogs are inextricably tied together.
Makes
Do
sense.
you know
yeah.
humans are also the only ones who think that dogs have emotions?
Dogs know they have emotion.
Hey, when a dog's pissed off, you know, okay?
Yeah. Your
Yeah,
cat
we all
just
heard
about
that
learned.
snap earlier.
I was going to say. Yeah. So they send Rebecca out there, and I like her move. Her introduction to him is like, hey, let's go get a hot dog and talk about the different types of body mutilation tactics that are used. From everybody
with their hot dog vendor.
Yeah, and the hot dog vendor's looking at him like, what the fuck? And she's all like, oh, yeah, they like to mutilate men's genitalia. They like to cut off the cock,
shove them in their mouth,
and stuff a big old wiener in their mouth as the dude's taking a bite of a hot dog.
But it's not phasing them. They're both just like, oh, this is light conversation over lunch.
Yeah. I got to tell you, though, that hot dog vendor has probably seen a hell of a lot worse than either of those cops.
Yeah, probably.
I gotta say, when they first like meet each other, I really like it because he's immediately on edge because she's a psychologist. Cops hate psychologists, and so she's like, "You ever killed any?" And minorities, a minority psychologist, forget it.
Oh, there's a reason you don't see many of them.
No, not for long.
But she's like, "You ever killed anyone?" She's clearly knowing that he doesn't trust her.
Yeah, he's like, I'm a minority psychologist yesterday.
He's like, yeah, I killed people all the time. I killed someone yesterday. I killed someone this morning. What do you think of that? And she goes, probably something sexual.
Yeah.
Because
I like how she even starts it with, like, why are you a cop? And he's like, because I like to kill people. And it's a pretty easy way to get
the something sexual was like, so what happened to you this morning? And he's like, I tried to get a rabbit or kill a rabbit, but it went into a hole. What do you think that means?
Yeah.
No, she seems to be like really pressing it because later on she keeps like,
well, because she knows he's
how many people
she
did you
knows
kill?
He's lying, and he knows that she's being, a sardonic when she says probably something sexual because everybody thinks that psychologists think everything's sexual in nature. So they're kind of like playing with each other's expectations of each other,
isn't it? I was just thinking about a pajama chick and like trying to figure out
that's
how
just
would
you,
fuck
Tim.
a pajama chicken.
That's the problem. Is Freud had a friend like you, Tim, and he just wrote everything based on that one
dude. Like, can I just polish it up a little bit?
Yes. Whoever that one friend of Freud's was, his mom had great hair.
Yeah, but it's not until he opens up to her more that she gets the real story on whether or not he's killed someone.
Sort of, yeah. So this is when they're interviewing the niece in the thermometer room and doing the weird, like, trick-or-treat voice analysis with her shit. Like, okay, slow it down, turn it around a little bit. Oh, no, here, you see she's lying here. When her group takes credit for the killing, because they're just trying to, like, oh, yeah, you know how some terrorist organizations will just be like, yeah, we did that. She tries to pull that shit, and they're like, nah, she lied there. See, her cheeks turned blue. And the guy's like, you shouldn't be looking at that camera. He's like, no, I do mean the ones on her face.
Oh, trust me, it's far more accurate.
I was going to say, what kind of cheeks? Yeah. Because he does say the whole room is a lie detector test, so I'm assuming the chair is also giving them some
There's
kind
an
of
increase
feedback.
of moisture on the chair. So
they have two medicines.
She must be into these questions.
Oh, man. Then we cut to a homeless encampment where a dude is trading a really cool star with like an eye of Horus in the middle of it for... Are you all right, Tim?
No, I'm just like, first of all, how is that guy alive? That junkie guy. You see the kind of crap that he has to go through just to get to the guy to sell that Eye of Horus thing to get two little things of fucking heroin? Because I'm assuming that's what he was buying, heroin.
No,
right?
I figured it was vitamins.
Yeah.
But it's like burned down fucking buildings. It's the Bronx. It's like fucking like a bomb went off. How did she not fall down 1,000,000 times already and poke his eyes out and die?
He did fall down. He just happened to not poke his eyeballs out.
He falls down. He gets up again. We're never going to keep him down.
He gets down.
He gets tetanus.
I think I definitely has tetanus on top of a bunch of other things.
Candice, I have a note that the church is a tetanus factory. It doubles as a tetanus factory. One of my favorite experiences in horror movies.
It's better than the kind of factory it was before it burned down.
So yeah, he goes and he gets a couple of pills, he pops them, and then we get drugged out homeless man vision, which I have this is either Tim Yobo podcasting at 1 a.m. or or Candice most nights.
I have a good. Did he do his fucking heroin in that little space, and then he comes out, and then he hears the baby crying? And what's up with the baby
walking?
crying?
So I assume that he's not doing heroin.
Yeah. He was like still getting to the point. Like he was walking around the set of Street Trash, and then all of a sudden, in broad daylight, we get predator vision. And
I think the baby crying is the wolves making that noise to like lure people in.
Yeah, that's how they like lure people in.
Yeah, I think
Would
you're
that
right.
work on you,
Candice,
Tim? You hear a baby crying in an old burned out church?
No. I do my heroin. Fuck that baby. If that baby's there, that shit's already fucked up, and I'm not going to do any help. I'll end up selling that baby to the
like, this is New York. You don't get involved.
Exactly.
No. Never make eye contact with the baby.
That's a weird noise that pigeon just made.
I just realized the reason this guy's trying to score heroin is so he can stay upright when he's stumbling around. Because if you've ever seen
out.
Yeah.
Oh, when he goes to sleep.
If you've ever seen people on heroin nodding out, nothing will tip them over.
God.
That's
They're like
true.
a weeble wobble.
It's incredible.
It's fantastic.
It's really,
yeah.
Jesus.
That should be studied. So,
How do they do that?
I think they've aligned their heart chakra with the ley line.
Oh, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Makes
Because
perfect
it's all
sense.
natural, Candice.
Heroin's all natural.
And I got to say, this is my number 2 throat rip in the movie because he gets werewolfed, and one of them pops up from behind him, and they play it off like lightning fast, like shink. It's like the samurai, swinging the sword, and you just see the
I think they even had that
form.
sound effect, like the
yeah.
Eddie whooping the axe.
Exactly. Yeah, but these are the bite, the Wolfen, the bite.
Eddie the Wolfen.
It's got a good ring to it, Tim. I don't think
Eddie
I
the
can
Wolfen.
become a
Ka-ping!
Wolfen. Although, hey, you know what though? I have to say, of Eddie's in werewolf movies, not the worst one.
Yeah, that's maybe the best one.
Yeah. I mean, he does get naked and mince about the beach, but
Mince about.
Don't we all?
Oh, when that scene happens, we'll get to it. I'll
he
tell you.
does go gallivanting around and drinking puddle water, but
All right,
Yeah, like come
We'll
on,
get
dude.
to-
No
we'll
matter
get to
what.
it, but New York puddle water.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The Bronx in the 80s,
Yeah,
puddle
especially
water.
that area.
yeah. That's man.
That's how
Remember,
zombies are made.
I think it was a nice. Well, I don't know if they did it on purpose, but like the silver and turning only on the full moon. That's all from Wolfman. That's like modern mythology. But in traditional folklore for wolves, one of the ways you could turn into a werewolf was to drink the rainwater from a wolf's paw print under a full moon, and that's how you could become a wolf. Yeah.
people were really.
And that goes back to because they want to tell people stop drinking fucking water that's
The
standing
fuck are
still.
you eating,
Yeah.
Tim?
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's eating
It's Wolf's
puddle.
Bane.
He's eating puddle water
No,
from
Tim's
1982.
very method, so much like the hero in this, who's constantly eating. He's got a chicken breast over there. So, yeah, the poor homeless guy gets ripped apart. We cut to Dewey and Rebecca making small talk over some warm whiskey in a coffee mug about killing. And this is when he's talking about, trying to kill the rabbit and went down the hole. And she's like, well, that's definitely
Kill the
sexual.
rabbit, kill
Sorry.
the rabbit. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was eating
I know
Lemonheads. Sorry.
it's kind of a meet cute, but I do like it because they don't trust each other. They have prejudices against each other's profession. And so they're kind of feeling each other out right now because they're like, we have to work together. So let's gauge each other.
But why would they? All right, well,
Why would they fuck? I don't know.
Because they can. Duh.
It saved their life, Tim. We'll get to that. So
Yeah, I mean, come on.
That's always a good
everything-
excuse. We got to do it to
He's
save our lives.
everything you could possibly want in the 1980s. He's mostly sober and he's got a job with benefits.
And he always carries a bunch of newspapers around.
And he's
so
in
he
the
must
health.
be
He
smart, right?
jogs.
Yeah, that guy jogs.
He's just got like a bag full of Lucy donuts and cookies everywhere he goes.
In case you get the munchies.
Exactly.
Gotta regulate my blood sugar.
So now we head over to Vanderveer's office to critique his art. And they're like, well, here's the first Vanderveer. He's got his hand in his pockets. They're like, yeah, that's probably a good thing because there's 4 dead presidents. All right. Then there's like, here's a self-portrait that Vanderveer's.
You know what? We all laughed at it, but it was so high. Only
it was not good. And then we see the self-portrait that his mom painted, and I'm like, holy.
No, his wife painted
his
it.
wife, yeah, that's right. I'm like, holy shit! Somebody. I was gonna say put her out of her misery, but I guess
beach to it.
Yeah.
Well, he did make a good joke though, like because the psychiatrist is looking at it, and she's like. She's making a cry for help here. And he goes, yeah, help with your lessons. I did like that.
Then they learned that there was a construction project that was going to, they were going to replace homeless town with condos. So it's like, that's interesting. Hey, can I use your phone to call into Science Man? So he makes a phone call and says, hey, Science Man, what's up? He's like, you got to come quick. We found a new victim with some hair. And because I'm bald, I'm very, very interested in hair.
This is Baldy.
This is Baldy. Yep. This is Dark Sunglasses from Werewolf of Washington. And he says, all right. So here they go there, and there's the big bleeping computer, with the lights and the things whirring around.
That's how you know science is happening.
That's how you know science is happening.
Yeah. 1981, what did we know?
Not much. But we did know this, that there was a new victim that was not also a wealthy landowner. It was a homeless man. And they found hairs that matched on both of them. And that hair is not human. And like he says, and we have hair of every ethnicity. So, I'm like, dude, we bald white guy looking like you look. We got to talk here. We got a little Mengele situation.
You know why he's doing that? Because he's bald.
He's trying to find the perfect hair to transplant.
Persecuting people with hair.
His private collection just to be like, what is this?
What's this? What's this?
They have to
covered everywhere.
How can I plug it into my scalp?
We have to find twins with the perfect hair. Dude. Get rid of that accent. What are you, Irish? So, yeah.
So they're like, no, forget about it. Slacker.
So they're like, all right, well, that's good. So definitely what we should do is go back to that old church for some reason.
Yeah. I'm like, why the fuck are they going here? Okay, plot. I'll just write it off as
leads from scene to scene in the movie doesn't make a lot of sense. Just kind of go along with it, you know?
I think it's a pretty set. That's what they think.
I did want to point out that he's building that, luxury apartments right there in the middle of the Bronx. You still have to go through the rest of the Bronx to get to these luxury apartments.
Right off the bridge.
I agree with Candice. Candice,
I feel
100%
the same way
correct.
about St. Louis.
Fuck you.
You still
they would have to build a special highway.
St. Louis is gorgeous.
Yeah, you just have to go through Missouri to get there.
Yeah.
In the 80s, they would have had to build a special highway and a walled city to get anybody to move into the Bronx in a fucking world expensive.
Like they have those in Johannesburg, where it's like, this is the safe corridor.
Yeah. This is a reverse Escape from New York. This is you have to get fucking helicoptered in. Man. So
that's how you keep it a nice little gated community. You have to be helicoptered in.
Exactly.
So they're at the church, and he's talking about how he used to be an altar boy, and there was this old nun that was really brutal. And I was like, there are so many movies where New Yorkers are talking about how they got fucked up by nuns and priests. Do you think that's real? Do you think that actually happened?
Oh, yeah.
It's not just New Yorkers.
I was being sarcastic.
Because you just think about how fucked up nuns and priests are in general, right? Now put them in New York. Or have a New Yorker,
think of The Exorcist. You help an old altar boy, father?
Notice how he doesn't?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're too old. You're not young anymore.
He quickly turns away. He's like, well, shit, maybe he's going to recognize me. And that's
Like,
why he's a homeless guy
I
asking
don't want to
people
know
for
what he
quarters.
needs help with. So then this is when they hear Rebecca hears the baby inside, and she's like, I gotta go help this baby.
and I expected Albert Finney to be like, cool, I'll be in the car. See ya.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the
Baby
car.
crazy. Women being baby crazy.
Women be
Hey,
baby
she's got a
crazy.
vagina. That means she knows everything about babies.
Yeah, you automatically know how to take care of them. It's true.
Well, and babe, as you always say in movies, how are we going to know she's worth anything unless she's saving a
It's
baby? Why are you
true.
hitting the microphone, dog?
It's true, though.
Well,
It's a
the
thing in
Wolfen.
all movies. If a woman isn't a mother or actively taking care of a child, she's not worth anything.
That
True.
actually reminds me of the Kevin Smith movie Jersey Girl. Because he hands the baby over to his assistant, and she's like, I don't know how to take care of a baby.
Yeah. What the
He's
fuck,
like, and he literally says, you're a woman, aren't you? Like, you just automatically know.
Yeah. And the bonus is, though, if you don't know what to do, you just load them in the car seat and then drive in the lake.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Yep. Hey, we need to get a new car, sweetheart. Also, the baby is gone, and I think it was my.
That's how you have the money for the new car, because you don't have a baby anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, plus car insurance, plus life insurance possibly on that baby.
Oh yeah, good move.
Yeah.
Can you get double
Yeah,
indemnity
especially
on a
for
baby?
drowning in a car.
It's real sus.
It's like,
No. You got to do it where it's in
Yeah.
a railroad car with like maybe 80 other people, so it's like covered up,
yeah,
nice and
that's
There you
fair,
go.
Tim. You don't want
Nobody
to call your
suspects you.
shot like the babe when you're killing your kid for insurance
Yeah.
money.
Anybody taking it out there?
Yeah, place your bets.
Like, we laugh
Find out
about
your
this, but
baby is
there are so
unbreakable.
many female serial killers back in the day that would kill their kids and put life insurance policies out.
Oh,
on
I
them.
know.
Like, why would you have a life insurance policy on a 3-year-old?
My favorite.
Seems like that would raise a flag.
Because they sent the thing in the
because
mail.
my 14 other kids all died.
That's why it's Gerber's fault.
Yeah, true. They were just selling poison to children. No, my favorite was the lady in Texas that just put like ads like "I'm looking for a husband," and then she'd like
Oh, I
she'd
think I
have
know
them
what
all
you're
bring
talking
all
about.
their shit and
Yeah.
tell their family like, "I'm getting married," then kill them, bury them, take their
On the
insurance
property.
money, and do it
It's like
again.
15 guys on the property when she
Fucking
got
hats
found
off.
out.
Dude, hero of the week right there, man. She's fucking great. So
Making
Yeah.
it come to you.
I need the guitar riff on here again. Oh man. So yeah, she goes up to look for the baby because she's a woman, and as she heads upstairs to investigate, the much smarter man, he realizes he hears a wolf, and he detects a wolf with wolf vision looking for them. Then he runs upstairs.
He tries to commit suicide with
Yeah.
her?
I just-
Suicide by wolf.
maybe he thought she was pregnant and he was trying to get rid of the baby.
Oh,
Now,
shit.
if this scene were a little later in the movie, I'd understand
that's true.
grabbing her and dragging her down the stairs or whatever.
Just in
but
case.
Because yeah, he presumably is going to kill her and himself by tumbling down. By the way, those poor stunt actors that went through
Right?
that looked rough.
they go down 2 full racks of
Really?
stairs.
You know what? I'm
and
going to
I'm
say,
like,
because
so they're dead, right?
Yeah.
it kind of looks like him really doing the stunt.
I
there.
fall off the couch and I'm dead.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, I fell into a big fluffy 3-foot snowbank and hurt my hip.
Jeez. Yeah.
Getting old's fun.
Right?
Yeah, don't do it, kids.
This is, and when you learn that the Wolfen are like 20,000 years old, man, they should be like breaking their hips.
Well,
yeah,
they've-
but
they've
they're
been eating
beyond.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're beyond our civilization.
They
Yeah.
might be gods.
Wait, they're supposed to be actually. Each one of them is supposed to be over 20,000 years
gods.
old. Not that they've been around
No,
for
they've
20,000
around
years.
for 20,000 years. Those are actually 20,000-year-old
Okay.
wolves.
Yeah. Tim, don't be
I mean, come on,
don't
why
be
not at that
ridiculous,
point,
Tim.
right?
They're just shapeshifters.
Yeah.
That wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, they congregate around the fire there in the church, and they're like, "I remember my first caveman."
That reminds me of a Harry Dresden book. If you've ever read the Dresden Files, they're very good, by the way. But there was a character who was actually a wolf who shapeshifted into a human. it was like a reverse werewolf. It's like a were-human.
That's an episode of X-Files.
Oh, an animal that turns into a human?
Yeah, it's like a lizard. Like, he totally, like, I don't know, Mulder and Scully are, it's one of the newer X-Files, like the new seasons.
Oh, yeah! That's right. I've seen
that
one. Isn't that the one with...
And this guy's, like, dressed like Kolchak the Night Stalker, and he's like, help! I've been I got turned into a man! I'm supposed to be a lizard! I'm supposed to be sunbasking right now!
Isn't that the one with Kumail Nanjiani?
Maybe?
Those new episodes are pretty good.
I know, but I just I'm just like, there's so, like, I'm picturing him from Deadpool, and I'm picturing all the Indian guys in...
I just didn't know if you confused him with, like, Aziz Ansari or
okay,
something.
Kumail Nanjiani's not in Deadpool, so let me just point out.
Go ahead, talk. Okay,
he's not in Deadpool, I can tell you that 100%.
I don't know, man.
Plus, he's not Indian, he's Pakistani.
My brain went immediately to American Gods. And all the Indian guys in that.
Oh, Shadow Moon.
No, honey.
The cab driver guy and the...
that Indian.
Pretty sure they're not Indian. They're not Indian.
Sorry, Red Dot, Feather. You got to clarify. We've been talking about...
They're not that Indian either. They're from the Middle East. Because they're Jinn.
Yes. Well, dumb America.
Yeah, hey,
right?
I'm a product of the public school system, baby.
Yeah. Everybody go out and play the lotto. That money's supposed to go to schools, right? Anyhow.
Yeah.
No, somebody won it. I saw it.
Oh, congratulations.
Mm-hmm. One person won the goddamn, I think it's like $782 million.
Congratulations to the IRS. Woo! So, yeah, they run the fuck out of the church, and then we get wolf vision of the wolf, like, looking for him after they drive off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he smells where the tire was, and then from that they follow him back.
So they drive up to a bar where there's just a drunk passed out at their table.
This is New York in the 80s, baby.
I love this drunk just passed out and them just not giving a fuck. They're just like, man, that was crazy what happened there. So anyhow, let's talk more about killing people. And we're cutting back and forth between this and Wolf O-Vision going across a bridge and just chucking a dude off the fucking bridge.
Yeah.
Poor bastard. I liked this. It actually shows how the wolves travel through the city and no one sees them.
Yeah, because no witnesses.
I was like, this is for all the Tims out there who are like, how the fuck does that wolf get from the Bronx to Brooklyn or wherever the fuck else these people are?
I'm still going to say that because it was only one body. No, he'd have to kill at least 10 people to see him.
Just chucks him off a fucking bridge. Anytime you see the dummy fly off the bridge.
So good.
Fantastic. So they go have a drink or two. Rebecca's like, all right, I'm going to head home. Dewey's like, yeah, I'm going to go on a late night walk.
She's got a great fucking apartment, too.
Jesus shit. What is it with the apartments in the 80s in New York? Like fucking Lois Lane. She's just a goddamn beat reporter or whatever. And she's got like an entire floor at the top of, Central Park West or something.
Well, that's true in every movie and TV show. Everybody has a
I can imagine a psychologist in New York has a lot of fucking money.
Tim, what's the square footage?
Yeah, but who does she work for? I have no idea.
Just wondering.
82 square feet. He lives in a luxury apartment.
He's like, feet? What the fuck's a square foot?
I remember when I went to New York, I was staying with friends, and there was like 5 people living in this one converted townhouse, and it was fucking cramped.
Yeah, Steve used to live in that in San Francisco.
Yeah. I was in one of the nicer ones. Like, we had almost, 800, 900 square feet and only had like 6 people living in there.
Yeah, I think it was 900 square feet and there was 5 girls living there.
Jesus. Yeah, no, that's all right, man. I'll live not in a big city. That's fine by me.
Yeah.
So Rebecca, she heads home, has a drink, takes a nap, and just wakes up spooked.
How does she fall asleep like that? For real? I thought she was like dead or knocked out with the way the camera pulls in and the way she's sleeping on the bed.
I don't know. She might have been real fucking hammered, Tim. Maybe she scored a couple of them pills.
Yeah, she probably played the game and popped a couple sleeping pills and masturbated. See if she could finish before she passed out.
Yeah.
That's a game?
Having drinks with Albert Finney will do
Candice,
that.
you know that's a game.
Mm-hmm.
That's life. That ain't no game, son.
You think it's a game?
This is a game, man. This is my life.
I play for keeps. So she goes wandering around her house, half drunk, passed out with a gun, looking around. And we get a spring-loaded cat.
Mm-hmm.
But it's her cat, so it's okay. So then we, I guess that we just had that scene of them for no fucking reason, because now we go to the zoo.
Yeah, we just cut to the fucking Central Park Zoo.
No, actually we're going...
Look, they have to prove he's not gay.
I think later on in this movie somebody actually says, "Oh, you mean this was all for nothing?"
Yeah.
They have to prove he's not gay.
The last 10 minutes of this movie
He's
just
not actively fucking a woman on screen, that he must be gay.
Well, yeah. I don't believe a guy is not gay until he fucks me.
Exactly.
Wait, babe, I think you're skipping ahead like an hour. I think I'm skipping ahead. This is where they get the jump scare of the cat because nothing happened. Because she's looking around the apartment like, here's a creek. Yeah.
I have pointed out in a previous episode, jump scares with cats is a real thing. I've experienced it myself recently.
Yeah.
I would say Steve lives with 3 cats.
Ugh.
It is constantly
wouldn't recommend it.
Little fuckers. Little fuckers just pop out.
So do you take a gun and walk around when you hear your cat make sounds?
No, Izzy said I can't do that anymore. R.I.P. Caster.
Benefits of living in Utah. No one bats an eye.
That's true.
Just toss him in the river afterwards.
So they head to the zoo and they meet my favorite guy, who's going off on
Tom Noonan
going off on fucking wolves. He's like, yeah,
and
you
Native
know
Americans.
This could never be a fucking wolf that did this because that's a myth. Wolves have never hurt people. Yeah, they have.
There are no attacks by a healthy North American
No
wolf.
reported.
Yeah.
No witnesses.
I never made it back.
That wasn't instigated.
Oh yeah, that the human didn't start.
Check out them wolf stories.
Oh, dude, the town in 2008 that was locked down for a fucking week because it was surrounded by 700 wolves. Yeah.
You guys ever seen a wolf in the wild?
Nice.
A wolf in the wild.
I don't go looking for him.
I've never seen one in the wild. I petted one when there was a puppy.
I've
I
actually
used to work with wolves and wolf hybrids at the zoo.
No, I've actually here in Missouri. There's a lot of wildlife here, believe it or not, in the middle of nowhere. And I was driving home in the middle of nowhere, and I saw a fucking wolf pack eating a deer next to the road.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I go home, and I was like, it can't have been wolves because they're so rare. I'm like, there's no way. It was a bunch of huskies that look exactly the same, and they're giant. My husband's like, no, dear, those were wolves. You saw a wolf pack. I was like, holy shit.
Candice, there in Missouri, have you ever seen a deer eat the carcass of a cat?
No.
I did see that here.
That's right. We've seen it here in Utah.
Oh,
I've seen squirrels eat carcasses. Squirrels will actually eat meat. Little known fact.
Oh yeah. Oh, squirrels will eat fucking anything. They're dumpster rodents.
Yeah, they're rats.
Steve and Izzy just watched deer eat pussy. That's something.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Did the deer kill the cat?
Look, I doubt it.
No,
I doubt it gored a cat with its antlers.
It was roadkill.
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
I want to watch that.
Cat.
I love cats, but that
would
would
have
have
been
been
fighting the cat, man. That'd be great.
It was a roadkill cat. It was already a flat road waffle.
Okay, so the prep work had been done. It had been.
I was living in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and me and my future husband were sitting on the front porch in the evening, and all of a sudden we hear like clop, 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 clop. And there was a fucking deer running down the sidewalk.
Jesus.
Like, it went right past us. And my husband was like, could you imagine being a jogger and you turn a corner and there's a fucking deer right there? It's like, coving you.
You turn into a runner.
They're going to get their 10,000 steps in, too. Cool.
I was say, that happens here with the moose. A lot of our next door is full of like, hey, don't go jogging today. There's a moose on the trail.
Yeah. It's very real.
The moose will kill you.
Oh, yeah.
You city folk.
Huge.
Oh yeah,
you
they're
city
big
folk don't
motherfuckers.
know.
You don't appreciate how big they
look
are.
like a werewolf did it.
Nah, they're
So
pretty
anyway, back to
werewolves.
this movie.
So yeah, the guy goes on a jag about how wolves have never killed people. He says it's because they're like Native Americans. See, because the Native Americans, they all got like hunted out like the wolves too, and they never killed anybody either. And the guy's like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go. I guess
this guy's got some issues.
I guess that's enough evidence. I need to go talk to a Native American." What?
Yeah,
it actually does put him on the right track, though.
It does, but through no logic.
Yeah, by pure plot circumstance.
And no one is more Native American than Eddie Olmos.
Yeah. Well,
and they refer to him as an apple.
Yes, he's an apple. He's red on the outside and white on the inside.
80s.
Gotta love the 80s. I mean, yeah, it does put him on the right trail, but then again, like Mr. Magoo usually survives those shows.
Ron's clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, even Mr. Bean solved the case.
Oh shit, Leslie Nielsen in the role of Albert Finney here. That'd be great.
That'd be fun. Yeah, he's playing Albert Finney, not the actor, not Albert Finney's character. No.
Yeah, exactly.
So the actor Albert Finney.
You get to the bridge, and I like that he's all like, "Where's Eddie at?" He's like, "Oh, he's up there. He's always up there. He likes to be up really up high." The guy's like, "Okay, well, where are the stairs?"
So this was a thing. So my grandfather was an iron worker and helped build a bunch of the big superstructures in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. And there was like this rumor that Native Americans weren't afraid of heights. So they would be the first ones hired for like building like skyscrapers and the tops of bridges and shit.
Yeah.
I'd never
when
heard
they fall,
that.
they just turn into hawks and glide off.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, well, that I think that's kind of like a myth.
Oh yeah, no,
right? And it's good PR, gets you
exactly.
jobs.
My girlfriend said, yeah, it's like totally a myth, but it gets people jobs.
Wouldn't you assume that they'd be too drunk to climb to the top?
Candice.
Candice. Oh. Holy shit, you live in Missouri, man. You're gonna get a fucking flaming arrow on your door tomorrow when it comes out.
Come on.
We are
Bleep that out.
Sensitive.
Bleep that out.
Nope. Nope.
That's going on the next bumper sticker.
That's on the shirt. It's going to be Candice's face on the shirt.
Right next to a picture of Gregory Hines and Richard Pryor.
Just like, I can't tell.
And then it's a picture of Candice going, they're the same picture.
I actually have a friend who's Canadian. She's Native American, and my husband made a joke about giving her a blanket for Christmas. It went way over her head. She was like, "What?"
So then he spent the next 8
Thank
minutes
God it went over her head.
So funny. Anyway, how's your sex life?
So he goes up on top of the bridge to talk to Eddie, and he's like, yeah, man, I'm a shapeshifter. I can turn into animals. I could turn into deer or snakes. He's like, or wolves. And he's like, yeah. In fact, I could turn into an eagle and just fly away, man. I'm like, this...
Well, this happening at the top.
Oh my god, yes, and
too.
you're really on top of the fucking bridge too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's no CGI back screen. It's terrifying.
Yeah. And the only other movie I've seen this in is McBain.
Right, and then the Native American character here unclips their safety belts and starts running around.
Yeah, and he's like, "Come on, man, flap your arms. You can do it. It's all in your head." I would shit my pants
right there.
Right, I'm like, and new.
I've walked across the Brooklyn Bridge, but not fucking on top of it.
You know what that tour next episode?
The McBain tour.
There's just like 19 heroin addicts up there because they can't fall over.
they're at like 35-degree angles perfectly.
There's a building, in Midtown, Hudson Yards. They have it where you can climb. I think like 13 stories outside the building.
I bet I could do it. I could do it.
Yeah, you should try, Candice.
Been doing all that strength training.
Yeah, you should go try like next weekend.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
gonna hop on the plane. Southwestern.
Hey, I'd probably sponsor you if the only thing you were doing was trying to climb 13 stories on the outside of a building. I could arrange that. So he learns that he goes back to the lab. Oh no, never mind then. So he goes back to the lab and he learns that Eddie worked with that Vanderdick guy. We'll just call him Trump. He worked with Trump installing private security shit.
Don't say Trump because you're going to trigger Tim.
Okay, Vanderdick.
No, that's okay. He's getting his. Don't worry.
He's getting his
what was it called in Gremlins 2? Clamp? We'll call him Clamp.
Clamp, yeah. So he installs their communication stuff, and they're like, yeah, so, because he worked for us, we monitored him. We had all these helicopters flying around following him. And
he just hangs out at the top of the bridge with his friends sometimes. They don't do anything.
Even if you
just let them do their thing.
Comfortable on top of the bridge, is that like the hang spot?
Yeah,
it's
you got like a fucking hammock
spot.
set up there, a TV, and...
Right?
Yeah.
You should get one of those like cocoon beds that rock climbers use when they have to stay up. I don't know, cliff face.
Yeah.
That's some crazy motherfuckers. Right,
people are stupid.
Oh my god!
To do
I
that
toss and
shit.
turn way too much. I would die.
Yeah. Oh my.
If you can't get to the top of the mountain and back down before the end of the night, don't do it.
Exactly.
Right?
So they're like,
right, at that point, you can go up the fucking mountain, 20 feet a day?
Yeah, let the mountain goats have their
Live there
spot,
for free.
man. Jeez.
Exactly. Hey, I love that quote. Mount Everest. All the bodies on Mount Everest were once super motivated people.
it's true.
The Rainbow Road. Not as happy as it sounds.
No. They were saying that, was it Everest, where people shit and piss? There's so much of it that's just frozen and building up there that it's causing problems.
We should send Sushi up. He'll
Makes
toss
sense,
it all down the mountain.
Well, he'll be able to find all of it for us.
You think there's some Sherpa sherping down shit?
I got
Sherping
down
shit.
vehicles and then toss them like frisbees.
Sally Sherpa schlepp the shit.
At the seashore where she sells shells.
That's a pretty good tongue twister there, Tim. So now, then they're like, yeah. So we watched him. He was never near the scene of the crime. And Dewey's logic's like, yeah, he wasn't, but maybe Wolfen was. Maybe we couldn't recognize him because he turned into a wolf.
Then he pulled his glasses off.
Yeah.
So we go back to the morgue now, and his buddy at the morgue, Richard Pryor, is all like, look, man, they've been fucking eating people. And he keeps miming like eating people throughout the movie. He's really into this. He goes, but they don't eat these people because they're diseased. But it took me like 24 hours with this lab, and I've got a stethoscope, so I should have been able to figure that out fucking way faster than them.
How'd they know? Dum, dum, dum.
How did they know? So the zoo guy pops in, and he's like, yeah, it's because they're smarter than you or something. Anyhow, let's talk about some diseased livers and striations. They use the word striation so much.
It's just lines.
Yeah, there's look at the striations here. And he's like, hey, we should order some pizza. And the guy's like, no, man, I'm kind of feeling ribs. So Dewey's like, all right, creepy, I'm going to get the hell out of here and go talk to Eddie and his gang. I think they hang out at the Native American bar.
And I wondered if they accidentally put real Native Americans in it, but apparently they did, according to Tim.
Huh.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Yeah, that's true. One of Tim's friends.
One snuck in.
Yeah.
No, because I think he was also. Oh yes! Oh my God! This guy, he was also in the fucking Doors movie by Oliver Stone. I remember when he got finished making the movie. No, it wasn't the Naked Indian. He looks. If you watch the movie again, you'll see at the end of the movie when they're sitting at that table, he's the one who doesn't talk with the long white hair.
So he's not the weird Naked Indian from.
That's another note I have is that in movies, you know, the Native Americans always have long hair, but it's always that perfect, like, mid-back length.
Yeah.
And the only Native American I know personally is female, so obviously she has long hair.
Oh, obviously.
So, yeah.
Obviously.
So I was like, do they get their hair trimmed to keep it that length, or do they just let it grow?
I don't know, Candice. What do you do to keep your hair the length?
I've been growing it out.
Clippers? Oh.
She's melted. Melts it off.
I buy at the store that way. What do you think, Tim?
Bad candle accidents.
I remember when we first said we were going to do Wolfen, Candice was like, isn't that the one with Lou Diamond Phillips in it?
Okay, another thing. For the longest time, I thought Lou Diamond Phillips was either Hispanic or Native American. Come to find out, the motherfucker is Filipino.
Well, the problem is that you saw Young Guns.
And La Bamba.
And La Bamba. Yeah.
Those first impressions.
I mean, it's not like he's hiding it. His name is Lou Diamond Filipino.
Yeah. True. Oh man,
That liar.
outside of the native bar, this old dude gives Eddie acid, I guess, and then he gets butt naked and starts drinking pond water and howling at the moon. There's like puddle water, there's no pond, and he's howling at the moon and running around. So of course our hero's like, well, I gotta go watch him transform all American Werewolf that'll come out a month after this movie.
Yeah.
So, and he kind of, prances about and scares him. And he's like, ha ha, see, I just fucking with you, man. I told you it's all in your head.
But how didn't he at least pull his gun out at one point? All right, you could see the look on Albert Finney's face. For a little bit, he buys it. He sees this guy is fucking crazy. He might not be expecting to turn into a fucking werewolf, but on the other thing is, what's more realistic the cop is going to think? Oh, this is some elaborate joke to make you look like an idiot?
Ending for the movie. He just shoots this man, and then it's just like legal battle. It's him with internal affairs investigating it.
Oh, no, Eddie.
He's naked. He drank New York City puddle water.
It's not even that. He ends up shooting Eddie James Olmos or whatever.
Yeah.
Puts the gun in his hand, walks away, roll credits.
Playing some drugs, he drops it around him.
Yeah. He was already high. He had
it's already in the system. Yeah.
Was he? That was acid. He did fucking acid.
I just thought
it was an appalling suicide.
I thought this.
It's fucked up because he's naked, so he doesn't.
I
have
thought
any
this was
pockets.
footage of Tim's first time doing shrooms.
Yeah, that's right. Good old nature's pocket.
Tim, you're gonna love my note on this scene. How did that dude's acid kick in that fast? Well, what
I
the
don't think
fuck
it was
it? Peyote?
Well, you see, Native Americans, they can absorb it so much faster.
Would you have peyote in New York?
No. See,
See,
here's how I took the whole thing.
Bring peyote too.
I don't know. I feel like traditionally, tribe from that area would not have peyote. Isn't that a southwestern thing?
Yeah, but as we've established, this particular movie
doesn't give a shit.
All the
introducing the pond water into his system.
Ooh, yeah. And then, I mean, he is naked, so introducing it rectally goes straight to the bloodstream.
Oh, he keistered it.
See, the way that I look at it is it's all bullshit setup. They knew the cop was following them. Because why else would the old man give him a fucking necklace?
Right.
And then put the thing in his mouth. So then making it look like, oh, here's the start of the ceremony. All right, now go become a werewolf and shit like that. It's more like theatrics to sell it.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
And I don't want to fall in a trope, but, like they're not going to hear the cop, Albert fucking Finney, huffing and puffing 10 feet away from him. Right?
He's just chomping on like some of them donuts he had left over from that morning.
Donuts are good for cardio. Hey, Candice, you've been complaining about not being able to eat enough food. This is what you need to do. You just need like pocket donuts. You need like
just keep it around.
A couple of cookies just tucked into your bra.
I already ate dinner and I put in for my calories for today, and they're like, you need to eat 300 more calories. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ.
Dude, what are you eating?
Apparently not enough.
Eating bird seed over there? What the fuck?
Wait, are you a fucking rabbit? A hummingbird?
I don't know
what's going on.
Less. How are you less?
Yeah.
Then again, you are the size of like fucking Tinkerbell, so I get it.
Yeah, but maybe she's going to keep shrinking.
Incredible Shrinking Woman.
Everybody clap your hands and encourage Candice to eat food.
To eat healthy.
No, at this point, you need to eat less healthy. Can you get a milkshake or something?
Well, they've started it out with like, eat all these vegetables. And I'm like, okay. And then they saw how much I worked out and they were like, oh, you don't need to eat vegetables. You need to eat a shit ton of protein.
You need real food now.
Yeah.
So can't you just get like a hamburger?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been like hamburgers with no buns or whole wheat buns and so much salmon, so much fish.
That's a beef patty. That's not a hamburger.
So much beef jerky.
Yeah. I don't know. Go get some frosting. Go get a can of frosting. Take a bite. Real easy.
I'm surprised that app hasn't called the police and like have a wellness check.
She eats 1,000 calories a day.
She's wasting away.
It's just like, hey, what's your husband's name and what's his phone number? We want to.
Candice looks like that fucking guy in Seven.
Look like the machinist.
Oh man. So yeah, then we cut to the zoo guy crying about videos of people hunting wolves, and he's going over wolf stats.
He just has a leg around his
nice
apartment.
little fucking trick.
Oh, it was so depressing. God, I hated it so much.
Yeah.
Oh, Candice, I hate to tell you this. It's all real too.
I know, you can tell. You can tell.
Oh yeah, you can tell it's real.
God, it hurt me.
So then
people, aren't they wonderful?
The zoo guy gets wolf visioned, and he's like, wait a minute, I think there's a wolf
Senses
here.
it.
Somebody's
watching me.
All of a sudden, that fucking cop's going to come busting through
his
this
zoo
window.
guy sense.
Oh wait,
yeah,
different movie.
His zoo guy sense kicks in, and he calls and this is smart. He's like, hey, there's a fire. What's my name? Peter.
Wolf.
Peter Wolf.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
Now, I haven't seen this movie in a long, long time, and I was a little bit confused here. I was like, why the fuck is he calling the fire department? I think it's because the fire
truck, when it goes by, makes the wolves howl. And so he knows they're by.
That's right. When it did, I was like, oh,
because
fuck,
dogs
that's pretty
hate
slick.
sirens.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I live close enough to railroad tracks that you can hear it. Like if the windows are open, and my dog howls every time, and it's the funniest thing in the world.
Well, see, and when that happened, I was waiting to see like 2 or 3 werewolves like chasing after it or something.
Yeah, that'd be great. To see one of them chasing after the fire truck, that'd be awesome. But no, that doesn't happen. He just goes to the tunnel under the park, and he's like, "Aha! I knew they were down here." And then he's like, "Oh shit, they're down here."
Yeah, no shit.
And there's more than one.
He's like, well, fuck, these wolves travel in packs. When I was going over wolf stats, I probably should have noticed that one.
Yeah, all that stuff I know about wolves. It's a good thing. Let me get on a little tiny motorcycle and zip.
That does not
scooter,
work.
isn't it?
They're not going to want to chase me.
And then you see a homeless guy on the scooter,
no,
trying to get away with it.
Candice, that's not a scooter.
Yeah.
That's an actual motorcycle that was made. That was popular back then. It was like, oh my god, it was like super little fucking skinny little bike. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it was like that back then, but I know now if you have something that's just under 50 cc's, you don't even have to have a license to drive it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So when I get my
but there's also certain places
when I get my license
drive,
revoked because the DUIs, I can use that.
That's exactly, Candice. See, I've been planning this for years. So, my plan is at 45 turn to hard alcoholic. That's the move. I want that. I want that sexy Albert Finney body.
When I turn 80, I'm going to do cocaine.
That golden sheen on the skin.
Yeah. But you're gonna. The problem is that they don't grow coca leaves in Missouri, and much like there's no peyote in New York, Candice, you can't do cocaine.
Well, wait, hold on. Now that all the women have to wear long sleeves,
I can hide the tracks.
Have to learn to be puffy. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Soon the next thing is they have to be puffy because I don't like the shape of your arms in that tight fitting sleeve.
That's the conspiracy theory I need to start floating on Twitter is that
because they're all heroin addicts.
Women are heroin addicts. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
They're trying to cover the track marks.
Again, they deserve it for being Republican.
My other move is I want to because everybody's being fucking shitty to drag and trans people because they're like fucking with kids, quote unquote.
Yeah,
My move is I want to start like trying to get it banned, all those Looney Tunes where Bugs Bunny dressed like a lady.
It's too woke.
Well, they already got him taken off HBO Max.
Because that's that was made for children, right? So
yeah,
we got to get rid of that.
Just incredible. Put up a statue of all the drag shows in America for the last 50 years versus like one parish in Boston for the last 5 years. Let's see what happens.
In Boston? Yeah.
Grooming.
Whew. Yeah. Well, that's fun. So, zoo guy dies. He gets fucking ripped apart.
Wolfen.
Yeah, he got slapped off that bike so hard it woke up Detective Dewey across town.
Yeah. Well,
he was having like flashbacks.
They love each other, maybe. Maybe. Oh my God! Did they imprint?
Oh.
Yes. They imprinted on each other.
He just wakes up in the night. Fergie.
Wait a minute. I sense a disturbance. And yeah, because he just like wakes up and he's like, "Well, I better go check Rebecca."
Yeah, see what Lady Detective is up to or whatever. And of course, apparently they've been growing together in scenes we weren't watching.
This is why I said with Candice's thing in the beginning, she's just gone the entire fucking second act of this movie. Like, what the fuck?
She has patience.
Pretty
She's
much,
a psychologist.
Well, she was in the hospital because she was recovering from getting dragged down the fucking stairs earlier.
Yeah. Had to put a pin in her hip and she had to go through rehab.
So at this point, she's on painkillers. She can't.
Shows up at the apartment. She's in a neck brace and like, what are you doing here?
Well, Dewey's like having these flashbacks in his dream of like seeing glowing eyes from the darkness of that cathedral.
Yeah.
And it fucking reminded me of my dog. She, like, when I was getting ready for bed, I was laying down, the lights are out, turn the TV on, and, like, she's in my closet, and all I can see is the orange reflection of her eyes. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're so fucking creepy. She doesn't move either. She just stares at me.
And then you took your gun out.
So then Candice started blasting.
Then I started blasting.
I still can't believe she took a gun out when she has a cat. You have to be used to a cat doing that kind of shit. You can't just take a gun out and start walking
it's
around.
New York.
And pop
Close
it.
with law enforcement, Tim. They take their gun out for fucking everything. Brush their teeth, take a shower, take their gun
Does
out.
anybody have a bottle opener? Never mind, I got it.
Bam.
No, so he drives over to her house because he's like, well, she probably wants some dick, and they drink and fuck.
As luck would have it.
Oh man, and it's like wolves are watching them, so it's in wolf vision, and like the mouth noises are amplified. It's gross.
So I was watching this.
Yeah, I don't think those were mouth noises, Candice. I think that was a little further south.
Yeah. They were all kinds of squish noises. But I was like trying to like, wait, is that the two of them fucking? Okay, I guess that's Albert Finney's curly hair. And
the camera pans out and you see the dogs doing it.
Yeah.
The dog licked his balls.
I thought it might be. I thought it was like the wolves were like stalking them, but then like the neighbors were fucking, so they got distracted.
That'd
be great if the camera just like kind of moves over a little bit.
Because it looked like it was like looking towards the right, and then it pulls a hard left, and we see the fucking, and it's like, oh, these are the neighbors. Oh wait, no, it's them. Oh, okay, my mistake.
You just see.
That's the second way you can distract werewolves.
Fucking
fire trucks.
Yeah, this sounds like a Tim Yobo defense mechanism here. Quick, sweetie, come over here. Start fucking. That'll make the vampires go away.
Our lives depend on it.
You just see this like red rocket from the werewolf come into frame from the corner. Oh, that'd be great.
Or you still have the wolf vision and it just goes down to licking its own crotch.
Yeah, another wolf sees them. Damn it, Clark, knock it off.
Just a tongue flapping in front of the screen, and then hard cut to the next morning.
Yeah. So, yeah, then I guess like the wolves are like, nah, let's leave them alone. It works. Cool.
Okay.
So, and they argue at the crime lab about whether or not it's wolves that are doing the killing.
Oh my God. I have written down, Mop Guy did it. Mop Guy is King Wolf, right?
Makes sense.
Because they're talking right in front of all this stuff. Richard Pryor and Albert Finney.
Yeah.
And they're like just ignoring the fact that the guy is standing there mopping the fucking floor while they're talking about it's got to be a pack of werewolves. We just have enough proof. And at this point, doesn't Gregory Hines show a folder with like all this evidence from Boston all the way down to
all over the U.S. And it's like, I mean, yeah, sure, case closed on all those, I guess. Then, right?
Well, no, because in 3 minutes later he goes, well, we just had to get more evidence to connect everything before we take it to the chief.
By the way, Ferguson's missing.
It.
Yeah.
I known him for 5 years. He's not, because at one point I think that Albert Finney thinks that Ferguson is the guy doing it, right?
Like how the police the commissioner or whoever the like upper echelon guy,
chief of police or whatever.
Yeah, whatever he is. He's like, well, it's terrorists. It's definitely terrorists. And he's like, I can't believe that you have this wolf theory. And he's like, what the fuck have you got? He's got an actual like lead.
Yeah. Terrorists, I guess. I don't know. But so then Albert Finney, he's all like, all right, I guess he deputizes Whittington to go out on a stakeout. This guy's a medical examiner.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, you're my best friend. Here's a night vision sniper rifle.
Yeah.
That weighs 300
I was
pounds?
wondering where that came from later, because it was like, did they stop by the armory, or did Richard Pryor just have this in his back seat or something?
Yeah.
I like how you guys are calling him Richard Pryor now.
Or did Forrest Whitaker here just have it in his back seat?
Yeah. So yeah, they're down there, one of them in the church, the other one across the street from the church, both of them with night vision sniper rifles and one of those cool like satellite listening devices. And I do love Whittington popping the beer open in front of him.
Yeah.
And burping.
Yeah. So he got shot.
Oh shit. It was because of the microphone thing. Never mind.
I like the black moon over Manhattan.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this. My aunt and my grandmother used to laugh at that line every time they saw this.
It's because Richard Pryor, the jokester that he is, he's all like, he's like, Albert Finney, hey,
We've only seen him in comedies before. We never seen him be so serious.
Hey, come over here. Take a look at this. And he looks, and you just see his ass.
You should see how Richard Pryor dances.
It's so great. This dude's ass. It's like, gotcha. I know we were, afraid of werewolves or whatever, but take a look at my ass.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, at that point, after the mooning, then Dewey's just like, well, fuck it, I'm going in then. And then, Chris Rock, he's like, well, I'm going to go in too.
Chris Rock.
Yeah.
I got your back up here, buddy. Go for it.
So he goes in there, and he's wandering around in the church. Pull your pants. He's just wandering around in the church. And the whole time, he's like looking around. You get the pigeon scare. It's a very John Woo-esque scene. But then his buddy Red Fox radios in. He's like, what's going on over there? Lamont from Sanford and Son radios in. It's like, hey, what's going on over there? And no, so then Whittington gets werewolfed. He just jumps down on his ass.
Fucking terrifying. Yeah. When he looks up and you just see the wolf standing there. It's the first time you see them fully in camera, and it's snarling and roaring. It's fucking scary.
It's really scary.
Except James Earl Jones going to do?
It's really scary except for one thing. It's a wolf, and I'm like, all right, it's going to turn into a giant werewolf here any minute, like a 6 foot, 300-pound wolf is just going to, we're going to get the little transformation scene. Oh, no.
It's just a fucking wolf. They never
it's just a wolf? Okay, why don't you go fight a wolf and tell me it's just a wolf?
I
would.
With
a night vision sniper rifle? Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah. Candice, I would, but we already killed most of them, so I think we won.
They're here in Missouri if you want to come. I can show you where they are.
Yeah?
Who the fuck would he want to go to Missouri?
To fight wolves.
Like I said, that's a state that I often forget exists. I'm just like, oh yeah, there is in Missouri. That's right.
Got St. Louis.
That's true. You do have St. Louis, but you got to go through Missouri to get there. So, yeah, poor old Whittington, he gets killed. And I'm like, man, the guy that was in Green Mile, that's terrible.
Michael Clark
Duncan. Yeah.
Oh, no, Ving Rhames died.
I thought you meant Ving Rhames. Yeah.
Tony Lister Zeus, the guy from No Holds Bar. Yeah, Tiny. Yeah. Debo. No.
No. Yeah, so then Albert Finney dies. he goes running in there chasing after him, but then they throw Dave Chappelle on top of him.
You know what? Nowadays, if it was Dave Chappelle getting his throat ripped out, I'd be a little better with it. A fucking piece of shit. Oh, man. So then Dewey's like, fuck, hell, that sucks. I guess I better go to the Native American bar.
Hey, guys, when the corpse was thrown on Dewey or whatever, was there a Wilhelm scream that ended that scene?
I'd have to go back and re-listen to it.
It was like a cry or whatever, but he was definitely like a Wilhelm scream or whatever. And then cut to an Indian bar, but it was just kind of weird.
Wouldn't it be a Wolfen scream?
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, true. All the Wolfens sound like Wilhelm.
A lot of hookahs in that Indian bar.
Hey, you know what they did have in that Indian bar, though, Candice?
Oh, there was one part where you could see an extra looking straight into the camera.
Oh, yeah. I always love terrible extras. No, but what they did have was a lot of jean jackets.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah, Canadian tuxedos.
So he goes over immediately to Eddie, and he's like, first of all, it's not wolves, it's Wolfen. And he's like, what? I don't remember starting a conversation with you about this, but okay.
Well, I mean, they see
talking about this for hours, man.
They see like the claw marks on him, and they're like, "Yep, this guy's seen some shit. He's ready."
He's got the 1,000 miles.
I just love when people start in the middle of a conversation in a movie. Like it's good for pacing, but wow. So he's like, "Yeah, they better."
Not even start with, "Hey, can I get you a beer?" It's like,
yeah.
In a time before time, there are the wolves, and they eat the garbage, the abandoned people, the street trash, you might say. And
because he just says 20,000 years ago, these old spirits, they got hunted out by you fuckers who came here, and then they were smart though. They went underground, and they've been eating homeless people. So.
Yeah, we turned them into scavengers.
So now,
it's like the weather underground.
This is one of the reasons why I love this movie, is because these are wolves that were never human. These are wolves that evolved alongside with humans, and that's like they're beyond what we call civilization. Like in their eyes, we're the savages because they're so old and developed. They've moved beyond what we consider civilization. I love it. I love this stuff.
I agree, Candice. They're not werewolves.
Are we the monsters?
Wait a minute, Tim.
Steve, werewolf.
We could maybe we're.
They're a wolf. They're a castle.
Tim, it's like,
man, now I feel kind of funny about all that stuff.
Man, we probably shouldn't have been killing all the wolves, Tim.
God damn it, Tim. That's why there's no wolves in New York City. Tim killed them all.
Tim. They were making
me personally.
Somebody was making a wolf pizza out there.
I walk around dressed like Craven.
Craven the Hunter.
But I do love, he calls him out too, Eddie does. He's just like, yeah, you got pussy eyes. You got eyes of the dead. You don't have hunting eyes.
Pussy eyes.
And then he's all like, all right, guys, 1, 2, 3.
You got clams.
1, 2, 3. Everybody does their cool animal sounds at him.
Yeah, it's like
it's
crow
dove
noises.
sounds.
Like,
yeah, they're like cooing. They're like.
I heard the cooing. What the fuck?
You want to know what it sounds like? Go to this bar.
So then,
like, do they do that every hour at the top of the hour?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's when they kick off happy hour, everybody makes dove noises. So then I guess he goes back to the Vanderdouche's office.
Why?
I don't know. Well, because he's got to sit there. He's got to surround himself with. He's like, wait a minute.
He's got those mirror blinds or whatever, like trying to do a Return of the Dragon thing.
How does that work? How do those fucking blinds work? You're going to fucking blind yourself.
That's why they used to be called blinds. Plus, the guy was really paranoid about vampires, so he mirrored everything. Should have been paranoid about Wolfen.
That's because he's fucking rich. He doesn't have to worry about opening them himself.
Yeah, that's
He doesn't do that.
Maybe it's a play
That's how
on
the vampires and the werewolves formed the alliance. They had the wolves assassinate them.
They all hated Trump, yeah. And Trump made everything gold, so this is the silver, right? No, so and he does the Finkel as Einhorn thing. He's like, wait a minute,
dude. Yeah, when he's like territory, terrorism, Tara Reid, terracotta. What the fuck are you mumbling about family? Yeah, that's it. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I figured it out. It was because this developer was going to destroy their hunting ground so they couldn't kill all the homeless and eat them.
How do they understand
the wolves?
This? What? Do the wolves go down to the planning office?
The wolves are smart. They're smarter than people. Like, I don't know if you know this or not, but they actually, like, communicate. Like, these are not just wolves. These are wolves with humans' intelligence.
Candice, you read the book.
Candice read the book.
That's not in this movie at all, that they communicate.
Yeah, Candice, how many books have you read written by wolves?
Yeah, I'm regular what wolves do.
That's a good point. How many wolves are writing books? Honestly, you know what? Maybe the wolves should have made a fucking condo.
It's a howl-all.
Shut up, Tim. You could just hear the werewolf, the wolf book on tape. It's just.
No, only a dog can hear
it. Well, they're not that fucking smart, though, Candice, because when the wolves bust in to the building that they're in, the way that he shows them, like, hey, it's all cool, is he smashes the model, and then they're like,
he's letting them know that this building's not going to go forward. We're not your enemy. That's what he's doing right there.
First of all, let's get ahead because we missed the whole scene downstairs with the wolves and the car thing. I know you missed it, but that's where we see the white wolf for the first time,
they're racist,
right?
Because the white one's in charge.
No, the black one's in charge, actually.
No, but he goes up to Trump's office after the car explodes, right?
Oh, that's a whole...
How are they jumping in the window?
They show this at the end of the movie, is that they actually can teleport.
Oh, God.
That shows it at the end of the movie. They turn into mist. Yes, they do. They turn into mist. It shows it.
All right, so here we go.
Oh, when he looked away and looked back, and there was nothing but that steam coming out of the sewers that we always see in New York City?
You see the ghosts. You see the wolves evaporate.
Oh, that's fucking right. The cops come in. I didn't see them evaporate, but when the cops come in, he's there by himself, and they're going to think he did it. Cop.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So while he's up there and he figures out what the solution is, the sergeant and Rebecca come in there, and they throw
By the way, I had a song it was a nice day for a white wolfen.
No, we're going to it right now, Jim. So they toss a wolf skin on him, and they're like, hey, look, this terrorist group took credit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, I like the part where he's just tossing around evidence, and then he just leaves it there.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. Or like, okay, this guy's an asshole.
He's a prankster.
Oh, and I forgot, too, when we had all the wolves in the scene, Steve and I realized these were all man-made wolf noises, even though they had actual wolves. So our dog loves when dogs are on TV, and he loves watching dog noises.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't fucking move. Not one ear got perked when they were doing all the howls and stuff. We're like,
he was like fucking posers.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But like at the beginning of the movie, the dog does one little whoop, and he was like all ears, like, oh, well, look at that dog.
So they throw the hide on him, like, hey, we gotta go downstairs. I got an idea, blah blah blah. And then my question is, wait, why are you here?
Right.
And also,
why
they're so nonchalant about it. And then
they're like, what happened to you?
Yeah, you look like you got fucked up. What happened?
It was the terrorists, I guess. It wasn't a fucking wolf, because those aren't real, right? Yeah. Fucking idiots. Anyhow, so they go to leave. The wolves surround him. And then the sergeant's like, I'm going to shoot the wolf. He's like, no, don't shoot him.
Because the wolves know that if you go for a weapon, you're a threat. You're an enemy.
Why are the wolves there?
To intimidate.
I think maybe they're
they know too much. No witnesses.
Yeah, probably. That's 100% what they're doing. They're like, you've been going into our territory. You've been fucking up with our shit, and you're onto us. I don't want you to tell our story. So they're going to kill them.
Maybe how do the wolves know you didn't write a letter and send it to the New York Post?
He's got you.
Because they can smell it, Tim.
The wolves are like, well,
these wolves are intelligent.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they're going to piss all over all the mailboxes in my neighborhood just to be safe.
This is our territory now. We're taking it over.
Yeah, the wolves
Maybe that's what happened with those abandoned bikes, Tim. The Wolfen got them.
The wolves on those buildings burn themselves down.
Yeah.
You know, every time I think about it, it gets a little bit creepier and creepier, those two fucking bikes.
The Wolfen got them.
No, Tim, there's just some ad on, like, TikTok or something that's like, hey, kids, want to come have a party? And then they go to that building. And then those bikes.
Oh, here's your bike. Pick it up on this corner.
No. The kids come over there. They park their bike, lock it up, head in the building. And they never come out.
The werewolves of Brooklyn. I know you live in Queens.
I don't.
But Queens doesn't have 2 syllables.
So yeah, then they go down there. He goes for the gun, gets bit, runs into the car. He's like, I got to call in for backup on these wolves. I got to call animal control, I guess. And but there's a wolf in the car. He's like, oh, shit.
My daughter was watching this, and she goes, how did that get in the car? How did that wolf get in the car?
Yeah.
Because they can teleport.
Missed. You stupid little kid.
You're not as smart as the wolf.
Yeah.
Don't question it.
They show it at the end of the movie. They can fucking materialize, okay? It shows it at the end of the movie.
No, I think the wolves were in his head, is what that meant.
That's what I was also thinking for a little bit. Don't tell me that he's just a crazy alcoholic cop.
It's just a Jacob's ladder situation. He's just...
Hey man, those wolves killed everybody.
It wasn't Vietnam. I didn't kill people there. That's not why we haven't been talking about killing people the whole movie.
Yes, Detective Dewey got bit or something, so he's slowly having the rabies take over.
Oh my God, Eddie, you hit it on the head. It turned out it was all in his head, and those wolves are all the people that he'd killed over the years.
This is why you don't eat an orc.
Haunting him.
You never see him drink anything. He has hydrophobia.
So,
Maybe he does have rabies.
You think he dropped his slice in an open chest wound, and he got a prion in his fucking brain, and he's just dusted it off. Yeah. So now, then this is when Dewey remembers the wise words of Eddie, and he sees a Wolfen, and the pack jumps in after to get them all. And this is when we get the eye-to-eye close-up of Dewey and the white Wolfen.
It is pretty great, though, when they kill the police dude.
Well, yeah.
Because they, fucking take off his head and his hand. And
hand off, head off. Head goes flying, too. Always good when the head goes flying
And then you see the head, talking.
Yeah. It's like,
the eyes are still moving.
Yeah, Reanimator, yeah.
And then the car randomly explodes, and I'm like, wait, what?
He shoots the car, and it blows up.
It's the 70s. It's a 70s model.
It was a thing in the 70s and the 80s.
It definitely was a Pinto.
It wasn't a Corvair. I mean... Chef Robbie will get that reference. So, they run back in the building, and then this is when we have the eye-to-eye with the Wolfen and him. And he's all like, oh, I got it. I'll destroy the model of the condo complex.
To show that they're allies, that they're not going to try to invade their territory anymore. They're like, we're cool.
Why don't you just say, hey, Wolf, here's what's happening?
Because he's a dumb American. He doesn't realize that these wolves are not natural wolves.
Albert Finney is English. How dare you?
No, these wolves are so stupid. I'm sorry. He's a fucking cop. He has no authority whether or not the estate of the fucking billionaire that's dead is going to go through with the project that they've already invested, at that point, a couple of $1 million in. What does he have and say? He smashed a couple of fucking bricks.
He's saying he's an ally.
Oh, okay.
Or at the very least, a spectator.
Hashtag ally.
Right. So then the wolves are like, yeah, that's good enough for me, I guess. And then they
no contracts.
They have their horrible sound booth howl of, ooh.
They'll go to the Shaggy DA.
Shaggy DA, no. And then they poochie out of the movie. I have to go now. My underground needs me. Doop, doop, doop. And then... yeah, that's about it. The cops barge in and start shooting everything.
Start blasting.
There's this one image, though, that's really quick, but I really liked it. Because that wolf skin that the commissioner or whatever threw in there, it's draped over the buildings. And so it just shows this wolf body hovering over all these buildings. And I thought it was great because it just... It really encapsulated the movie where it's you're in an urban setting. You think you're in charge, but you're not. The wolves still own your asses.
Yeah.
I liked
all under dead wolves.
This movie's fucking great, okay?
It's a fantastic movie. Yeah, I have a couple of, criticisms for scene transitions, but other than that, it's very good. Plus, it's fun to watch. So, I guess that's what I'm saying. Even after listening to us kind of talk about it, mostly talking about wolf penises or whatever for 2 hours.
Red Rocket.
I suggest definitely go check it out. What about you, Steve and Izzy?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, even with the weird Dewey narration at the end, which is out of nowhere, and it's Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. You got tips from Edward James Olmos about it? No. Yeah, absolutely watch it. I highly recommend it. Check it out on the Blood Bank.
Yeah.
Check it out on the Blood Bank. Candice, I know you recommended it. Tim, what about you, buddy?
Oh yeah, definitely I recommend it. It's one of those movies, like I said, when I saw it as a kid, and I saw it like multiple times in the theater, it still held up after not seeing it for a
I gotta
long,
say, because we've been shitting on it a little bit, but it is a fantastic movie.
Yeah, I mean, come on. That's why people listen to us, because we find the little nicks and crannies that I can bust chops on about salt and pepper shakers and how dogs get the fuck in and out of offices on the 25th floor.
It's better than Werewolf in Washington. I'll give it that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just,
and apparently we like that movie more than you guys did.
Why would you even like it?
What's wrong with you guys?
we
chronologically.
Yeah, we were watching the Riff Tracks version. Though.
I think I have to cancel my upcoming appearance on your show.
Can't support this.
Are you thinking about it?
I don't know. I'm shocked.
We like trashy movies.
Did you learn nothing from movies?
No, what it is I think we've seen lower caliber movies than you guys have. We know where the bottom of the pit is.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's true. You guys watch some shit movies.
Yeah.
That's very true.
We haven't watched the last 4 Twilights, so
there is that.
We have our standards.
But we did finish Supernatural.
Yeah, we did.
No.
Ugh, that's some dedication.
Now you got to do Nip Tuck. You want to talk about a piece
Oh my god, I love that show.
I already did it, and I would not recommend
What?
it.
Oh, I love Nip Tuck.
Candice. Oh my god, she can't stand
Nip
Breaking
Tuck,
Bad,
though.
but
That's
she watches
awesome.
Nick.
Yeah, the only other thing Dylan Walsh was in.
Yeah.
I think I watched like the first 4 seasons of Nip Tuck.
That the son who looks like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad.
All right, you guys want to know why I watched Nip Tuck?
Are you sure it was Michael Jackson, Candice?
From Charm is one of the doctors.
Oh yeah, with Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
Yes, Julian Wells, I think his name is, or Julian.
Julian Moore.
Julian Sands. No, that's Warlock.
Julian Moore.
Oh, we got to do
Julian
Warlock.
something. Oh, fuck
Love
yeah,
Warlock.
Warlock. Hell yeah.
All right, so Steve and Izzy, thank you so much for talking to us today about this. But if people want to hear you talking about other movies, worse movies even than Werewolf of Washington, what should they do? Where should they go?
Yeah, well, thanks for having us, of course, first and foremost. Check us out, Everything I Learned from Movies on all the major podcatchers. Hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon at EILF Movies. That's Everything I Learned from Movies. Like I said, we're in the middle of Jean-Claude Van January, going into Love on Film Month. And then, Eddie will be joining us for Marky March.
Yeah.
Tim, I forget which one you're doing. Was it something in April, or what was it?
Are you doing April?
Yeah. No, I think I'm doing one of the Marky March.
Nights? Somebody's doing Boogie Nights.
No.
Anyway,
I think Mike is doing
I got it
Boogie
written down
Nights.
somewhere. But yeah. So these guys will be joining us in Marky March.
It's one of his
Candice
better
just
ones,
joined us.
where he doesn't do something to an Asian person and causes permanent damage.
There's so few of those.
But joke's on you, Tim. We're actually doing Bela Lugosi meets a Brooklyn Gorilla again.
Part 2? Is there a sequel?
What about you,
And
Tim?
Candice was just on for Cyborg earlier this month.
Oh, yeah. Cyborg's awesome. Love the
And apparently
bandana.
she watched the real version.
What did we watch?
Was in the blood bank. I'm sure it will be again.
It will be. Believe me. After horror, we're getting action in there. So what about you, Tim? Anything you want people to pay attention to on the internet?
Nothing in particular, just us. And if you can't join our Patreon, give us 5 stars in our
And
podcast
tell a friend.
review, right? Nice and easy. What you can all do too. I learned this from Alex Jones, because it seems that he's done this quite a few times. Is
Well, Candice, where can we find you?
everybody who listens to this show, just go into your search engine on Google and just type in Bloody Bits Horror Podcast like 10 times.
That's how you summon it.
Yeah. It's like Candy, man. What about you, Candice? Anything?
Hey, as they said before, everything I learned from movies, Jean-Claude Van January, we covered Cyborg. And that was a lot of fun because they watched the Tubi version and I watched the Blood Bank version, so I had the director's cut.
Wow.
And also,
yeah. That's got to be different. A lot more
We have
butt
a
cheeks.
people's version.
perk your ears up for Grind Bin Minis because I'm on there, and so is Tim, and so is Matt Anderson. We're all on there for the next 3 mini bins.
See, Candice. Yeah, but Candice, this is your first time on the mini bin. Let me tell you something. It's going to be another 6 months before they come
At some point, they're going to come out.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be on Everything I Learned from Movies. I've got an episode of Mustachio Podcastio that should be coming out soon. You can always check us out at patreon.com/bloodybits, where you can get access to Blood Bank 2.0, which is getting spun up with more and more movies. Like I said, triple the capacity, triple the scares, triple the tits. Probably gonna be on there.
Yeah, triple the X, baby.
Yeah, triple the X. But
how do you beat requests? Can somebody call up Netflix and say, "Can you put this movie on for me?" Netflix is going to say, "Get the fuck out of here,
they cancel shit people want to see." Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's about it, folks. And with that, this is how we end it. Goodbye.